Take a moment to consider a creature so tough it puts most superhero stories to shame, and you'll land on tardigrades, often called water bears because of their plump bodies and lumbering gait. These tiny invertebrates might look adorable under a microscope, but they're practically built for extremes that would be unimaginable for most life forms, including humans. For instance, if you crank up the heat to boiling levels or plunge them into sub-zero cold, tardigrades can endure both extremes by entering a state called cryptobiosis, where they tuck in their limbs, lose nearly all water in their bodies, and wait it out like a camper sealed in an ultra-protective sleeping bag. They don't just stop at temperature extremes. Tardigrades have famously survived the vacuum of space, intense radiation, and crushing pressures found in the deepest parts of the ocean. It's almost like they keep a hidden checklist of nature's worst conditions and calmly wave them off. Part of their secret lies in specialized proteins and sugars that help their cells maintain structure when water levels drop, preventing damage that would normally be fatal. This unique ability to pause life processes is so remarkable that scientists hope to harness tardigrades' tricks for protecting pharmaceuticals or even aiding organ transplants in the future, essentially borrowing a page from the tardigrade survival guide. You might wonder what these creatures do when they're not busy becoming indestructible. In more pleasant times, they roam watery environments, from moss cushions to ocean depths, munching on algae and bacteria. Think of them as tiny recyclers, tidying up microscopic debris and playing a small yet meaningful role in their ecosystems. Though they're no bigger than a poppy seed, their ability to shrug off conditions that would annihilate most organisms has captured the curiosity of researchers worldwide. Some folks even keep tardigrades as microscopic pets, peering at them with magnifying lenses to catch a glimpse of their slow, bear-like crawl. It's a reminder that while they may look simple, tardigrades pack a survival toolkit that outdoes just about everyone else in the animal kingdom, showing us that resilience sometimes comes in the smallest, humblest packages. Immortal jellyfish, Turritopsis dohrnii. Let's shift gears to a creature that might make you do a double take, the immortal jellyfish. This tiny jelly, about the size of your pinky nail, has a trick that feels like it's been lifted straight from a fantasy tale. When stressed, maybe by injury, bondage, or harsh conditions, it reverts to its younger self, sort of like pressing the reset button on its entire life cycle. Normally, a jellyfish matures, reproduces, and eventually dies, but Turritopsis dohrnii has discovered a bizarre loophole. It transforms its adult body back into a polyp, which is the jelly's early developmental stage, and from there, it can grow into adulthood all over again. This cycle can theoretically repeat indefinitely, making it a rare example of biological immortality. Scientists first noticed this phenomenon in the 1990s, and ever since, researchers have been fascinated by how these jellies basically time travel through their life stages. You might wonder what practical use this has beyond wowing people. Some scientists think that by studying how the immortal jellyfish rewires its cells, we might learn more about aging and potential regenerative medicine for humans. It's like peeking into nature's very own anti-aging manual, even if no one expects we'll be reverting to babyhood anytime soon. In its normal state, this jellyfish floats around warm seas, feeding on plankton and other tiny creatures while trying to avoid becoming dinner for bigger fish. It's so small you'd probably never notice one if it swam by your leg at the beach. Despite its unassuming presence, it harbors a biological superpower that breaks many of the traditional rules we associate with living creatures. Some have dubbed it the Benjamin Button of the sea, referencing the famous story of a man who ages in reverse, but the real thing is arguably even more intriguing. While they're not truly invincible, they can still get gobbled up by predators or wiped out by disease. Their ability to dodge death by resetting the clock adds an extra dash of wonder to the ocean's already impressive list of marvels, reminding us there's always more to discover beneath the waves. Planarian flatworms. Every so often, you run into a natural oddity that makes science fiction seem ordinary, and Planarian flatworms fit that bill perfectly. Picture slicing one of these tiny, freshwater worms into pieces. Granted, that's not exactly a friendly thing to do, and instead of ending up with lifeless fragments, each piece has the potential to grow into a whole new worm. It's as though each segment carries a magic blueprint for building a complete body from scratch, including all the crucial organs. Researchers have pegged this uncanny skill to the planarian's abundance of stem cells, which are cells that can turn into just about any specialized cell the worm needs. Because planarians have such a robust supply, they can replace or regrow tissues at an astonishing rate. This ability has turned them into superstar study subjects in scientific labs, where folks hope to unlock secrets that might one day help us heal wounds or regenerate tissues in human medicine. Picture what it would mean for amputees or those with spinal cord injuries if we could harness even a fraction of the planarian's talents. Beyond the lab, planarians mostly spend their time in freshwater habitats like ponds, or even your backyard birdbath, feeding on smaller aquatic creatures. While they're usually just a few millimeters long, some species can stretch to a few centimeters, and all can flatten out like a ribbon. If you watch them under a magnifying glass, you might notice their tiny, eye-like spots that detect light, more cute than menacing, though their appetite for small critters suggests they can be stealthy predators. When they encounter threats or lose a chunk of their body, they tap into that all-star regeneration mode, forming a group of specialized cells called a blastema, which orchestrates the regrowth process. This might sound complicated, but planarians pull it off with surprising ease. It's a testament to evolution's creative solutions. These worms probably evolved such robust healing skills because it gives them a massive survival advantage. In a world where injuries or bites from predators are part of daily life, having the power to regrow lost parts is like holding an unbeatable insurance policy. Talk about bouncing back stronger than ever. Axolotls. Think of a creature that forever wears its youthful looks, sports feathery external gills, and can regrow lost limbs with barely a scar. You've just pictured the axolotl. These friendly-faced amphibians, often pale pink or even speckled, remain in a permanent baby state, a phenomenon called neoteny, so they keep the traits you'd typically see in a salamander larva, like those wispy gills. Yet, their real party trick is regeneration, which goes way beyond the simple tail regrowth that other salamanders manage. Axolotls can rebuild entire limbs, chunks of their spinal cord, and even parts of their heart or brain if needed. It's like they have a built-in healing workshop that puts standard animal recovery to shame. Scientists are deeply fascinated by how axolotls pull this off so seamlessly, and their labs are filled with these amphibians because they might give us clues on cellular regeneration and tissue repair. Imagine if we could teach human cells to mimic a fraction of that healing ability. Broken bones, spinal cord injuries, and even some degenerative diseases might become easier to treat. Despite their superpowers, axolotls are surprisingly delicate in the wild. They hail from Lake Xochimilco in Mexico, but that habitat has shrunk due to urban development and pollution, making them critically endangered. In captivity, though, they're a hit with aquarium enthusiasts, thanks to their curious appearance and relatively easy care. If you peek into an axolotl tank, you might see them floating with a slight smile, or poking around the bottom in search of worms and small fish to munch on. Their docile nature makes them even more endearing, and they've become unofficial mascots for cool, unusual pets. Of course, if you're thinking of having one, you'll need to replicate their cool, clean water environment, since they're basically aquatic couch potatoes who enjoy a stable temperature and a calm setting. In their shrinking wild habitat, conservationists are fighting to protect and restore areas suitable for axolotls, hoping to stave off their extinction. With such a remarkable capacity to heal themselves, it feels especially tragic that these modern-day wonders struggle to survive in a changing world. So, their incredible regenerative feats keep us dreaming of medical breakthroughs and inspire a sense of awe at what nature can do when it goes all out. Green sea slug, Elysia chlorotica. Now and then, you come across an animal that makes you question where the boundaries between plant and animal really lie, and the green sea slug is a prime example. This bright green nudibranch isn't content with just munching on algae. It takes algae's chloroplasts, the parts of the cell that use sunlight to make energy, and incorporates them into its own tissues. That means it can carry out photosynthesis, the same process plants use, effectively becoming a living, crawling solar panel. Imagine sipping a smoothie so nutritious it gives you the power to make your own food under sunlight. That's pretty much what this slug does on a cellular level. The process is called kleptoplasty, klepto meaning to steal. And it's such an unusual strategy that it's often discussed as one of nature's biggest oddities. While the slug still needs a bit of real food, it can go stretches by relying on the sunlight-based energy it generates, a significant advantage if resources are scarce. Its neon green coloration is both a protective camouflage among seaweeds and a byproduct of having chloroplasts so close to the surface of its skin. Scientists have been scratching their heads over how these chloroplasts remain functional inside an animal cell, because typically they require support from their original algal host to survive. Yet, the green sea slug seems to have solved that puzzle, possibly by borrowing some of the algae's genes along with the chloroplasts. This weird fusion of plant and animal life has even led some people to call it a solar-powered sea slug. In everyday ocean life, Elysia chlorotica glides along leaves of algae or seaweed, blending in with its surroundings. If you see it in an aquarium or a research lab, you might be struck by how much it resembles a leaf in shape, right down to the ruffled edges that give it more surface area for soaking up rays. The entire phenomenon challenges our usual categories of plant and animal, reminding us that nature loves to color outside the lines. And who knows? Someday we might learn from this quirky sea slug's ability to harness sunlight, inspiring novel energy solutions or helping us understand how to stabilize stolen cellular parts in new contexts. Venomous platypus. Some animals look like they were dreamed up during a late-night brainstorming session, and the platypus is a shining example. With a duck-like bill, a beaver-like tail, and otter-like feet, it's no wonder early European scientists thought it was a hoax when they first encountered specimens from Australia. What really takes this oddball to the next level is that the male platypus packs a venomous spur on its hind legs, capable of delivering a sting that can leave a person in pain for weeks. It's one of the very few venomous mammals on the planet, defying our usual assumptions that venom is just for snakes, spiders, and scorpions. The venom won't usually kill a human, but it's potent enough to make life miserable for predators or unlucky dogs that get too curious. If that's not peculiar enough, platypuses also lay eggs, even though they're classified as mammals. This unique combination of traits has made them a favorite subject for evolutionary biologists, who see in the platypus a fascinating blend of reptilian and mammalian features that might mirror some of the earliest stages of mammal evolution. Beyond its unusual appearance and venomous spur, the platypus also detects electrical signals to locate prey in murky water, using electroreceptors in its bill. Think of it as having a built-in metal detector, except it's tuned to the faint electrical impulses given off by crustaceans and worms hiding underwater. When it dives, the platypus closes its eyes and nostrils, relying solely on these receptors to hunt. It's like going fishing with both hands tied behind your back, yet still catching dinner. If you ever see one in an Australian river, you'll be struck by how smoothly it paddles around, often at dawn or dusk, when it's most active. Since they're shy by nature, sightings can be rare, which only adds to their mystique. Over time, conservation efforts have helped protect these creatures, but habitat loss and water pollution remain ongoing challenges. In any case, the venomous platypus stands as a delightful oddity, an evolutionary puzzle that reminds us not to jump to conclusions about what a mammal should look like or how it should behave. Mangrove Killifish. Think of a fish so adaptable that it shrugs off the loss of its watery home and just hangs out on land until the next rain. That's pretty much the mangrove killifish in a nutshell. Living in the brackish waters of mangrove forests, these small, mottled fish have the remarkable ability to leave the water entirely for extended periods, sometimes months, surviving by breathing through their skin and adjusting their metabolism. It's as if they decided, no water? No problem, and simply waited things out in damp leaf litter or burrows until the tides shift or a storm fills their pools again. This flexibility comes in handy in their ever-changing environment, where salt levels can swing wildly, and pools can vanish under the hot sun. They're also known for an unusual twist in reproduction. Some populations are self-fertilizing hermaphrodites, meaning a single fish can produce offspring without needing a mate. From a purely practical standpoint, this is genius. Why waste time searching for a partner if your environment dries up often and you might be stranded on your own for a while? Scientists have been studying the mangrove killifish to understand how they manage such feats of endurance and reproduction, hoping to glean insights into extreme environmental adaptation and the balance of fluid and salt in the body. Imagine the potential applications for research on kidney function or helping species threatened by climate change. You can usually spot these fish in small, murky puddles, or tucked among soggy leaves in tropical regions, especially around the Caribbean and the Atlantic coast of Central America. On the surface, they might not seem all that spectacular, just another small fish with a camouflage pattern, but their hidden talents reveal a deep well of evolutionary creativity. By producing both eggs and sperm, they've sidestepped many of the reproductive hurdles that plague other species, and by breathing through their skin, they've cheated what most fish see as a strict requirement: staying underwater. Maybe next time you feel stuck in a tough situation, you can take a leaf out of the mangrove killyfish's playbook and remember that life often finds a way to thrive against the odds. Pompeii worms. Now and then, you stumble upon a critter that treats what we'd consider unlivable conditions as a cushy home, and the Pompeii worm is a prime example. Hanging out in deep-sea hydrothermal vents where water temperatures can soar higher than most kitchen stoves, these worms don't just survive, they thrive. Their secret weapon appears to be a cozy partnership with heat-loving bacteria that form a fuzzy coating along their backs. This bacterial fur coat likely helps regulate temperature and keep the worms safe from the scalding water that spews out of the vents. It's as if they recruited an entire team of microscopic firefighters to shield them from burns. Typically found in the Pacific Ocean, especially around the East Pacific Rise, Pompeii worms fasten themselves to the sides of hydrothermal vent chimneys with their heads tucked into cooler water, while their tails linger in water hot enough to give other creatures a one-way trip to being poached. Scientists have measured vent fluid temperatures around 80 degrees Celsius, 176 degrees Fahrenheit, or even higher, though the worms themselves experience a gradient that lets them shuffle between more moderate and extreme zones. We still don't fully understand how they manage to handle these temperature shifts without cooking from the inside out, but that's part of what makes them so intriguing. Deep-sea expeditions using submersibles have revealed these tough customers living in large clusters. And sometimes the bacterial mats they cultivate are so thick they look like underwater gardens sprouting on blackened rock walls. Learning about Pompeii worms matters because their unique partnership with bacteria could offer clues about new enzymes or chemicals that might be useful to industry, like ways to handle high heat in manufacturing processes or create new temperature-resistant materials. Beyond that, they expand our appreciation of how life can carve out a niche in places that seem utterly hostile, reminding us that Earth's surface is just one of many realms where organisms can flourish. Peek into the world of hydrothermal vents, and you'll see a bustling community of tube worms, clams, and crustaceans, all thriving under conditions that would seem lethal to us. Pompeii worms stand out as the ultimate heat lovers in this cast of extreme deep-sea dwellers. Deep-sea anglerfish. Picture a fish that wields a glowing lure right on its forehead, lurking in the darkest ocean depths to attract unsuspecting prey. That's the deep-sea anglerfish in a nutshell. A nightmare for small fish, but an absolute marvel for anyone who studies marine life. The female anglerfish, which is typically much larger than the male, dangles a bioluminescent bulb, powered by symbiotic bacteria, like a fishing rod, luring curious meals close enough to snatch them with her formidable jaws. As eye-catching as that lure might be, the anglerfish's romantic life is what really takes the cake. The tiny male literally fuses with the female, becoming a permanent parasite that taps into her bloodstream for nutrients. It's basically the ultimate clingy relationship, though for the male, it's a survival necessity in the vast, dark ocean. Once attached, He no longer needs his own digestive or circulatory systems, so his body atrophies until he's little more than a reproductive organ that ensures the female can spawn whenever the timing's right. While it may sound like a horror movie subplot, it's a clever adaptation for a world where mates are scarce. The deep-sea environment, sometimes several thousand meters below the surface, is a place of crushing pressures, near-freezing temperatures, and perpetual darkness. Food is hard to come by, and encountering a partner might be a once-in-a-lifetime event. So when a male finds a female, he doesn't risk losing her. Biologically speaking, it's a wild but effective strategy. Scientists continue to study anglerfish for insights into immune systems because the female's body somehow tolerates a foreign organism fusing with it. That's unusual, given that most vertebrates' immune responses would reject such an invasive intrusion. Watching an anglerfish in motion is rare unless you have deep-diving submersibles or specialized equipment, but the few glimpses we've had reveal a slow-moving predator that conserves energy in a resource-limited environment. Its translucent flesh and large mouth create an otherworldly image that's earned it a reputation as one of the ocean's creepiest inhabitants. So, behind that unsettling grin lies a fascinating tale of survival, reproduction, and adaptation in a realm that challenges even the boldest forms of life. Sea sponges. It's easy to dismiss sea sponges as dull lumps on the ocean floor, but these ancient creatures have been quietly shaping marine ecosystems for millions of years. Some can even live for thousands of years, making them among Earth's oldest animals. Unlike the cartoonish image of a bright yellow kitchen sponge, real sea sponges come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, from delicate tube forms to massive barrel sponges taller than a human. Despite having no eyes, brains, or traditional organs, they're remarkably effective at what they do, filtering vast amounts of water to sift out tiny food particles, like plankton and bacteria. Imagine straining soup with a colander, but on a grand scale, sponges can process liters of water every hour, helping maintain water quality and clarity in reefs and other marine environments. Their bodies are made up of specialized cells that form channels and chambers, creating a sort of internal plumbing system. Some sponges even host symbiotic algae within their tissues, letting them gain extra energy from photosynthesis, similar to how corals team up with microscopic plant cells. Scientists have discovered compounds in sea sponges with potential medical uses, including antibiotics and anti-cancer drugs. It's a bit like these simple creatures are actually secret chemists, churning out specialized molecules to protect themselves from predators and diseases. In fact, certain Caribbean sponges can regrow from fragments, so even if a fish bites off a chunk, that piece could settle somewhere else and form a new sponge colony. This regenerative ability gives them an edge in habitats where competition for space is fierce. Divers who encounter giant barrel sponges sometimes call them silent sentinels because they can be centuries old, bearing witness to changes in the reef over time. Watching one sway gently in the current, you might think it's a plant or an inanimate object, but it's actually teeming with life at the cellular level. While they don't move or hunt in the usual sense, sea sponges are a cornerstone of many marine communities, quietly proving that you don't need flashy looks or quick reflexes to be a vital player in the ocean's grand symphony of life. Mantis shrimp. Sometimes a burst of vibrant energy in the underwater world reminds us that nature is full of unexpected superpowers, and the mantis shrimp is a living testament to this marvel. From the moment you notice its dazzling colors flashing like a miniature light show, you might be curious how such a small creature can pack the punch of a heavyweight champ. These remarkable crustaceans boast eyes so complex they could be compared to having dozens of cameras capturing every angle of their surroundings at once, allowing them to detect ultraviolet light in polarized colors that remain invisible to us, much like a smartphone with a built-in ultra-high-definition lens. In addition to their extraordinary vision, mantis shrimp wield appendages that strike with the speed and force of a speeding bullet, shattering shells and even cracking aquarium glass, which seems almost like a natural superpower straight out of an action movie. Their secret lies in an intricate system of muscles and exoskeletal structures honed over millions of years, much like a high-performance sports car designed for peak efficiency. While most of us rely on a single pair of eyes to navigate our daily routines, these shrimp experience the world in a kaleidoscope of colors and lights, making them one of nature's most fascinating creatures. Whether cruising along coral reefs or hiding in crevices in search of prey, they embody a perfect blend of beauty and raw power. Every flash of their vibrant bodies and every rapid, calculated strike underscores the marvel of natural engineering, inviting us to marvel at the ingenuity behind evolution's designs. In essence, the mantis shrimp teaches us that even the tiniest beings can harbor secrets so grand they challenge our understanding of vision and motion, reminding us to always look closer at the natural world and appreciate the hidden complexities it conceals. Bombardier Beetles. At times, nature surprises us with defense mechanisms that rival modern chemistry sets, and the Bombardier beetle exemplifies this with a burst of sizzling brilliance. These tiny insects live a seemingly quiet existence on forest floors, yet deep within their bodies lies a built-in laboratory capable of producing a volatile chemical reaction. When threatened by predators, the beetle rapidly mixes stored chemicals in a tiny reaction chamber, causing an explosion of boiling liquid that is expelled with astonishing accuracy, like a self-triggered flamethrower designed solely for defense. This remarkable defense not only deters attackers but also provides a vivid demonstration of how evolution can transform everyday survival into an art form. The chemical reaction, which occurs in just fractions of a second, produces a hot and noxious spray that can deter even the most persistent of would-be predators. Watching a bombardier beetle in action is akin to observing a miniaturized fireworks display. A brief yet brilliant eruption that leaves a lasting impression on anyone lucky enough to witness it. As scientists delve deeper into the mechanics of this explosive process, they hope to uncover new insights into reaction dynamics that might someday lead to innovative materials or medical applications. Far from being just a quirky oddity, the bombardier beetle's defense is a sophisticated blend of biology and chemistry that exemplifies nature's capacity for ingenuity. Whether it's warding off hungry birds or simply navigating the undergrowth, this remarkable insect reminds us that survival often requires creativity, and sometimes the best defense is a little bit of natural pyrotechnics. Its tiny frame may be easy to overlook, but the secrets it holds challenge our perceptions of power, precision, and the extraordinary lengths evolution can go to protect life. Hagfish. Occasionally, a creature's defense mechanism can seem more like something out of a quirky horror film than a natural survival strategy, and the hagfish delivers just that unique blend of gross and brilliant ingenuity. These eel-like animals drift along the ocean floor in gloomy depths where conditions are harsh, yet when danger approaches, they unleash a torrent of slime that swallows predators in a sticky embrace. The hagfish's method of excreting an enormous volume of mucus, produced by specialized glands, works like a security system, clogging the gills or mouths of attackers and buying it time to slither away into tight crevices. It's not unlike a household cleaning sponge absorbing every drop of water in a spill, but in this case, the slime serves as a life-saving protective barrier. While many of us might shudder at the thought of mucus, the hagfish uses this gooey substance to both deter predators and contribute to nutrient recycling on the ocean floor, breaking down decaying matter and supporting the delicate balance of its ecosystem. Marine scientists are fascinated by the hagfish's slimy defense because its biochemical makeup could inspire new biodegradable materials or medical adhesives. In a world where survival often depends on quick thinking and unconventional solutions, the hagfish shows that even what appears unappealing at first glance may be a masterstroke of evolutionary design. Whether it is evading a hungry shark or simply scavenging amidst rocky depths, this slimy wonder reminds us that nature sometimes employs the most unexpected tactics to keep its inhabitants safe. Its peculiar habit of turning a potential vulnerability into an extraordinary strength is a lesson in resourcefulness and adaptation that challenges our everyday notions of beauty and survival. The hagfish, with its uncanny ability to transform a simple defense into an intricate survival strategy, continues to inspire scientists and casual observers alike with its gross yet fascinating ingenuity. See Cucumber Self-Evisceration. Sometimes the most dramatic survival strategies in nature can be found in the most unassuming of creatures, and the sea cucumber's ability to self-eviscerate is a vivid example of this unexpected cleverness. When threatened by predators in the vast and often perilous ocean, these simple, soft-bodied echinoderms employ a last-resort defense mechanism by ejecting their internal organs to distract and confuse any would-be attacker, essentially offering up a temporary decoy. This process, which might sound as if it belongs in a horror film rather than the natural world, allows the sea cucumber a critical window of escape, as the detritus left behind keeps the predator busy while the real animal slips away into the safety of surrounding sand or crevices. What's particularly astonishing is that this self-evisceration is not permanent. Over the course of days or weeks, the sea cucumber can regenerate the lost organs through a remarkable healing process, a testament to the regenerative power imbued by millions of years of evolution. In a way, it's much like a smartphone that, after a minor accident, can download a new system update to replace lost functionality, or a tree that regrows branches after a storm. Marine biologists study this phenomenon closely, eager to understand how cellular signals orchestrate such rapid regeneration and whether these insights might someday help us improve tissue repair in humans. Beyond the immediate drama of its defense, the sea cucumber's strategy plays a vital role in maintaining the health of the ocean floor, as the discarded organs contribute nutrients back to the ecosystem when they eventually decompose. In this single act of self-sacrifice, the sea cucumber embodies nature's remarkable ability to balance vulnerability with resilience, offering a striking example of how life can adapt to even the most daunting challenges. Its extraordinary defense mechanism not only ensures its survival in an unpredictable environment but also teaches us that sometimes, bold, unconventional actions are essential for overcoming adversity. Pistol shrimp. Occasionally, an animal's ingenious gadgetry leaves us in awe of the astonishing ways evolution equips creatures to survive, and the pistol shrimp stands as one of those marvels with a snap that is nothing short of explosive. This small but mighty crustacean possesses an oversized claw that, when snapped shut, generates an almost instantaneous burst of energy so powerful it creates a cavitation bubble in the water, which, upon collapsing, produces a shock wave accompanied by a flash of light and a burst of heat. It's akin to having a tiny, built-in slingshot that can stun or even kill prey and deter predators, all by harnessing the hidden physics of water pressure and rapid movement. The mechanics of the pistol shrimp's claw work like a finely tuned machine. As the claw accelerates, it forces water out so quickly that the sudden change creates a temporary vacuum followed by an explosive collapse. This process not only generates sound levels comparable to a gunshot, startling nearby creatures, but also produces temperatures that briefly rival those on the surface of the sun, a dazzling demonstration of nature's ability to blend speed, force, and physics. In everyday life, this might remind you of the surprising power tucked away in a seemingly ordinary tool, like a Swiss Army knife that holds more secrets than its size suggests. Marine researchers are keenly interested in this rapid energy discharge, as studying it can help develop new materials and techniques for energy efficiency and shock absorption. Off the battleground of defense and predation, the pistol shrimp goes about its daily routine among coral reefs and sandy bottoms, living a life that belies the incredible explosive power it can unleash at a moment's notice. Its remarkable adaptation is a testament to the saying that sometimes the smallest package contains the most unexpected surprises, challenging our understanding of how physical forces can be mastered by living creatures in the constant quest for survival. Giraffe cardiovascular system. Sometimes nature sets out a challenge that seems almost as formidable as trying to pump water to the top of a towering skyscraper. And the giraffe's cardiovascular system is a shining example of how evolution crafts solutions for extraordinary feats. Every day, a giraffe's heart works like a powerhouse to send blood on a long journey from its chest all the way up its lofty neck to reach its brain, a task that requires generating blood pressure nearly double that of most other land mammals. This isn't just a case of brute force. The giraffe's blood vessels have a sophisticated network of valves and elastic walls that regulate the flow, ensuring that blood doesn't pool in the legs or rush too quickly and overwhelm delicate tissues. Consider it a dynamic plumbing system that adjusts in real time, much like a modern building equipped with smart pumps and automated valves to maintain a constant water supply at great heights. When a giraffe bends down to drink, these adaptive systems kick into high gear, preventing a dangerous drop in blood pressure that could cause fainting. Researchers find this mechanism fascinating not only for its sheer physical prowess but also because it provides insights into human cardiovascular conditions such as high blood pressure and stroke. By studying the giraffe's biology, scientists hope to uncover strategies that might someday lead to improved treatments and prevention methods for cardiovascular diseases. While a giraffe's graceful gait across the savanna often belies the incredible work happening inside its body, every beat of its powerful heart is a reminder of how life can adapt magnificently to environmental challenges. In essence, the giraffe's circulatory system is a living blueprint of evolutionary innovation, proving that with the right design, even the tallest obstacles can be overcome, both in the animal kingdom and perhaps in our own medical science one day. Hair ice fungus. Sometimes the wonders of winter reveal themselves in ways that seem almost magical, and hair ice fungus is one such delicate phenomenon that transforms ordinary wood into a shimmering spectacle. When temperatures drop and moisture meets a particular type of fungus on dead wood, this fungus subtly alters the way water freezes along the surface, creating thin, silky strands of ice that resemble fine hair. It's as though nature has decided to decorate a fallen log with a frosty, ethereal scarf that glints in the soft winter sunlight, turning a mundane piece of timber into a fleeting work of art. As these hair-like ice formations emerge, they not only capture the eye with their intricate patterns and delicate beauty, but they also invite close inspection to uncover the hidden interplay between biology and physics. The process relies on the fungus's ability to influence the structure of the wood at a microscopic level, channeling water through tiny passages that freeze into long, graceful filaments. This phenomenon challenges our expectations of what ice can look like and reminds us that sometimes, nature's artistry emerges in the simplest of materials. Scientists are keen to understand exactly how the fungus manipulates the freezing process, as the insights gained might have applications in fields ranging from cryopreservation to the development of novel materials that mimic these natural structures. For those who wander through a wintry forest, encountering hair ice fungus can feel like stumbling upon a secret display of nature's ingenuity, one that exists for only a brief time before the warmth of the day causes it to melt away. In this moment, the fungus serves as a gentle reminder that beauty often hides in unexpected places and that even the most transient natural events can spark wonder and curiosity. By observing these delicate strands, we're invited to appreciate the subtle yet profound ways in which life and the environment dance together in harmony, leaving a trace of art in the chill of winter. Zombie ant fungus, Ophiocordyceps unilateralis. Sometimes a twist in nature's storyline can send shivers down your spine, and the zombie ant fungus is one such eerie marvel that transforms everyday insects into marionettes of survival. This particular fungus, Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, infiltrates the body of an unsuspecting ant, gradually taking control of its behavior in a way that seems more at home in a science fiction horror flick than in a quiet forest. Upon infection, the fungus subtly manipulates the ant's nervous system, leading it to abandon its colony and scale up onto vegetation where environmental conditions are ideal for fungal growth. Once in position, the ant is compelled to secure itself firmly before succumbing, allowing the fungus to use its body as a platform from which to eventually release spores into the environment. It is as if the fungus turns the ant into a living drone programmed to find the perfect launching pad for its next generation, a process that underscores the dark creativity of evolutionary strategies. Researchers marvel at this intricate interplay between parasite and host, as the manipulation involves a complex chemical conversation that hijacks the ant's natural behaviors. This gruesome yet fascinating strategy not only ensures the fungus's reproductive success but also helps maintain the ecological balance by controlling ant populations. For those studying the delicate threads of nature's web, the zombie ant fungus provides a profound example of how life can reinvent itself under the pressures of survival, even if it means commandeering the body of another organism. Despite its macabre nature, this fungal phenomenon teaches us valuable lessons about the complex interactions between species, the fine line between life and death, and the intricate evolutionary dance that governs every living creature. In its uncanny ability to blur the boundaries of autonomy and control, the zombie ant fungus reminds us that sometimes the most unsettling chapters of nature can also be its most enlightening. Gecko's adhesive toes. Sometimes watching a gecko scamper along a wall can spark a sense of wonder about how such a little creature manages to defy gravity, and its adhesive toes offer a clear answer rooted in the marvels of natural design. These remarkable lizards are equipped with tiny hairs called setae on their feet, which split into even finer structures that allow them to cling to almost any surface through molecular attractions. Each toe seems to work like a natural superadhesive, enabling the gecko to scale smooth glass or rough stone with ease, much like a miniature suction cup that repeatedly attaches and detaches without leaving a trace. When a gecko walks along a vertical surface, its footpads make contact with microscopic irregularities that create tiny points of adhesion, a process not driven by sticky secretions but by subtle forces at work on a nanoscale level. This fascinating mechanism not only lets the gecko evade predators and navigate complex environments but also inspires scientists to mimic its adhesive properties for applications in robotics, medicine, and everyday technology. Observing a gecko in action is like watching a living example of biomimicry in motion, a gentle reminder that nature often provides the best blueprints for innovation. As these agile creatures traverse walls and ceilings with effortless grace, they help us understand that even simple solutions can hold extraordinary potential. The study of their adhesive system continues to unlock secrets that could lead to the development of new, reversible adhesives with far-reaching practical uses in our daily lives. In a world where high-tech materials are constantly being engineered, geckos show us that the ultimate design can be found in the unassuming marvel of evolution, blending efficiency with elegance in every step. Bumblebee Flight. Sometimes the sight of a bumblebee buzzing around a garden can spark a delightful sense of wonder, challenging long-held myths about the impossibility of its flight and revealing the true genius behind nature's design. These fuzzy little pollinators, with their robust bodies and surprisingly agile wings, demonstrate that true flight isn't solely determined by conventional aerodynamics but by a dynamic, constantly adapting wing motion that creates mini vortices of air, much like an expertly choreographed dance in the sky. Instead of flapping in a steady, predictable pattern, bumblebees beat their wings in a rapid, irregular motion that generates complex air currents, lifting their chunky bodies as if by magic. This unique wing action is so efficient that it defies the old aerodynamic calculations that once suggested a bee shouldn't be able to fly at all. In busy gardens, as they dart from flower to flower collecting nectar and pollen, bumblebees showcase a natural mastery of flight that seems to laugh in the face of physics. Their ability to hover, change direction on a dime, and carry loads much heavier than themselves is not only a marvel of evolutionary adaptation but also an inspiration for modern engineers seeking to design tiny flying robots and drones. Every time a bumblebee takes flight, it offers us a glimpse into the intricate balance between biology and physics, showing that even the simplest actions can be powered by an astonishing level of natural innovation. As these industrious insects buzz about, they ensure the reproduction of countless flowering plants, playing a key role in sustaining our ecosystem. Their gentle hum and erratic flight patterns serve as a reminder that nature's solutions are often far more creative and efficient than any formula on paper, inspiring us to look closer and appreciate the unexpected magic that lies hidden in the everyday. Cuttlefish Camouflage. Sometimes a curious burst of underwater artistry leaves you in awe of nature's secret tricks. And Cuttlefish Camouflage offers a striking example of living art in motion. These clever cephalopods live in the vibrant ocean depths where they employ an extraordinary ability to alter the color, pattern, and even texture of their skin faster than a change in the weather, using specialized pigment cells called chromatophores alongside reflective cells known as iridophores and leucophores, which work together like an intricate LED display that adjusts to the surroundings, allowing them to blend seamlessly into coral reefs, rocky seabeds, or sandy bottoms in a way that's as natural as a chameleon's well-practiced mimicry. Their skin transformations are triggered by environmental cues such as light, movement, and the presence of predators, enabling them to vanish in plain sight or to communicate subtle messages to other cuttlefish during mating rituals, all while moving with fluid grace reminiscent of a watercolor painting in motion. Researchers marvel at these dynamic displays and study them as potential blueprints for innovations in adaptive materials and camouflage technology. Since the process is governed by a highly coordinated neural system that processes visual information and sends rapid signals to the skin, much like a conductor leading an orchestra. As you watch a cuttlefish shift its appearance in one smooth, mesmerizing motion, it becomes clear that this phenomenon is not merely a survival tactic but a sophisticated dance of biochemistry and neural control, blending both beauty and function in perfect harmony, and reminding us that even in the most ordinary underwater settings, nature can produce moments of vibrant, living wonder, challenging us to look beyond the surface and appreciate the complexity hidden in everyday life. Archerfish. Occasionally, a moment of surprising precision in nature can spark a smile, as evidenced by the archerfish whose unique hunting strategy transforms ordinary water into a precision tool. Dwelling in the shallow streams and mangroves of tropical regions, these resourceful fish have evolved the ability to project tiny, focused jets of water from their mouths in order to dislodge unsuspecting insects from overhanging leaves, a tactic that works much like a natural water pistol in a carefully aimed, life-sustaining game. Their eyes are perched high on their heads, providing a clear vantage to gauge distance and refraction when shooting, with the water stream acting as an invisible bridge between them and their airborne prey. A process so finely tuned that the fish must compensate for the bending of light at the water's surface in order to hit its target. Scientists have been fascinated by this behavior, noting that archerfish adjust the force and trajectory of their watery shots with the precision of a seasoned archer, an adaptation that not only ensures a meal in a competitive ecosystem but also offers insights into the physics of fluid dynamics and visual perception. Much like a skilled athlete in a timed sport, the archerfish demonstrates split-second timing and remarkable accuracy, turning every successful shot into an impressive display of evolutionary ingenuity. In watching them work, one may feel a quiet sense of admiration for how a creature so small can leverage such a refined natural mechanism to overcome challenges, a reminder that nature's creativity often surfaces in the most unexpected places, inspiring us to see everyday survival strategies as moments of inherent art and precision. Electric eels. Sometimes a jolt of natural wonder can electrify your curiosity about life's hidden powers. And electric eels exemplify this thrill with their capacity to generate shocks that seem straight out of a science experiment. Living in the murky waters of South America's rivers, these formidable fish possess specialized cells known as electrocytes, which function like tiny batteries, assembling in series to create electric potentials strong enough to stun prey and deter predators, a biological feat that transforms their bodies into self-contained power plants. Each discharge, capable of reaching several hundred volts, is produced by the rapid activation of these cells in a coordinated burst that rivals the spark of a switched-on device, an adaptation so effective that it not only aids in hunting but also in navigating through dark, cluttered environments where vision is limited and sound alone can be misleading. Observers note that the eel's electric displays are both awe-inspiring and intimidating, offering a vivid demonstration of how evolution can harness and control energy in ways that challenge our assumptions about the limits of biology. Scientists study electric eels closely in hopes of unlocking secrets that might inform renewable energy technologies or even new medical treatments involving nerve regeneration and repair, much like uncovering the hidden circuitry in a well-designed gadget. As you watch an electric eel glide silently through the water before suddenly releasing a powerful shock, it becomes clear that this natural phenomenon not only ensures the eel's survival but also illuminates the remarkable convergence of biology and physics, inspiring both respect and wonder for the hidden forces that animate the living world. Basilisk lizard, Jesus lizard. Sometimes a burst of natural athleticism can make the seemingly impossible appear effortlessly ordinary, and the basilisk lizard, popularly known as the Jesus lizard, brings this magic to life by sprinting across water with remarkable speed. Inhabiting the humid forests of Central America, this agile reptile has developed elongated toes fringed with specialized scales that increase surface area, enabling it to run on water surfaces for brief moments, a feat akin to the miraculous ability of a skipping stone that bounces effortlessly along a calm pond. Each run is a finely tuned performance where rapid, forceful strides create tiny air pockets under its feet, momentarily supporting its weight and defying gravity in an athletic display that mixes survival with a touch of wonder. Nature's design here is both practical and poetic, as this water-running ability allows the lizard to evade aquatic predators and swiftly escape from danger, much like an adept maneuver in a high-stakes game of tag. Researchers are fascinated by the basilisk's biomechanics, studying the interplay of muscle power, body structure, and friction to explore how these remarkable adaptations evolved over time, potentially offering insights for engineering small, agile machines that might mimic its water-walking prowess. The basilisk lizard's daily adventures, darting across streams and sunlit puddles in search of insects, remind us that nature often surprises us with inventive solutions that seem to defy the ordinary, encouraging us to appreciate the synergy of form and function in the natural world. Through every splash and dash, it showcases a resilience and flair for life that turns the simple act of crossing water into an extraordinary display of evolutionary ingenuity. Horseshoe crabs. Sometimes an encounter with ancient life forms can transport you back in time, and horseshoe crabs do exactly that with their enduring legacy stretching over 450 million years. These remarkable creatures, with their hard, curved exoskeletons and spiky tails, navigate coastal waters with a grace that belies their prehistoric appearance, serving as a living bridge between the distant past and modern science. Their blue blood, which contains a copper-based substance called hemocyanin, is prized in medical research for its ability to detect bacterial endotoxins, making horseshoe crabs a critical asset in ensuring the safety of vaccines and medical devices, a natural reminder that ancient biology can have surprisingly modern applications. During spawning seasons, enormous numbers of horseshoe crabs converge on sandy beaches in a synchronized ritual that not only underpins the survival of their species but also sustains a host of migratory birds that feed on their nutrient-rich eggs, much like a grand community feast orchestrated by nature herself. As coastal ecosystems rely on these creatures for balance, biologists study them to understand the intricate ways in which life can persist through dramatic changes in the environment, a lesson in durability and adaptation that resonates far beyond the beach. Every slow, deliberate step on the shoreline tells a story of resilience and survival, inviting us to ponder how life evolves and flourishes against all odds, all while quietly performing functions that are essential to the health of our modern world. Horseshoe crabs, in their timeless rhythm, remind us that sometimes looking back at ancient marvels can provide insights into the future, inspiring innovation and stewardship in equal measure. Tree hoppers. Occasionally, a tiny insect's imaginative design can spark both curiosity and a smile, and tree hoppers are a delightful example of nature's flair for the unusual with their extravagant, helmet-like structures. These small creatures, living among the leaves and branches of diverse tropical and temperate forests, sport ornamented exoskeletons that resemble intricately carved headgear, serving as both camouflage and a form of communication among their kind. much like a stylish hat that sets you apart at a friendly gathering. Each uniquely shaped helmet is not merely decorative but functions to disrupt the outline of the insect's body, helping it blend seamlessly with its leafy surroundings and confound potential predators. A tactic reminiscent of clever disguises at a costume party. Researchers have discovered that these structures might also play roles in intraspecies signaling, aiding in the recognition of kin and rivals in a bustling arboreal community. And the diversity of helmet shapes even hints at evolutionary trends influenced by local environmental pressures. Observing tree hoppers in their natural habitat is like catching a glimpse of nature's miniature art exhibition, where every insect is adorned in a custom, one-of-a-kind accessory, prompting us to rethink what normal really means in the world of survival. Their quirky appearances spark a sense of wonder and invite us to appreciate how even the smallest details in nature are finely tuned to meet specific challenges. A gentle reminder that creativity often thrives in the most unexpected corners of life, urging us to look closer at the natural world with fresh eyes and an open heart. Naked mole rats. Sometimes a creature's unconventional lifestyle challenges everything you thought you knew about survival. And naked mole rats are a living testament to thriving against all odds in harsh underground environments. These nearly hairless, wrinkled rodents, residing in the arid soils of East Africa, have evolved a highly efficient and social way of life in elaborate tunnel systems that function like bustling underground cities, where cooperation is key and every member plays a specialized role reminiscent of a well-organized office, complete with a queen who oversees the colony's affairs. Their remarkable tolerance for low oxygen levels and resistance to cancer has fascinated researchers, who study naked mole rats to uncover secrets about longevity and disease prevention that could one day inspire breakthroughs in human medicine. While their unique social structure challenges typical mammalian hierarchies and offers clues into the benefits of teamwork, as they work together to excavate tunnels, forage for underground sustenance, and care for one another, these persistent rodents illustrate how life can flourish in environments that seem downright inhospitable, turning adversity into a testament of evolutionary ingenuity. Observing their tiny, coordinated movements is like watching a miniature, subterranean symphony where every note is carefully timed and played in harmony with nature's rhythm, inviting us to reconsider the true essence of strength and collaboration. Naked mole rats remind us that sometimes, the most unassuming creatures hold the secrets to extraordinary resilience and that even in the most challenging conditions, life finds creative ways to persist and flourish, sparking curiosity and inspiring innovation in scientific pursuits. Platypuses Electroreception. Occasionally, a quirky trait in the animal kingdom can illuminate how wonderfully strange nature can be, and the platypuses' electroreception is one such enchanting adaptation that turns an ordinary river into a playground of hidden signals. Found in the freshwater streams and rivers of Australia, this peculiar mammal has developed a unique sensory ability centered in its duckbill, where electroreceptors detect the faint electrical impulses generated by the muscle contractions of its prey, acting much like an internal radar that operates in the murkiness of water when vision is nearly useless. Almost as if the platypus were tuned into a secret underwater radio station broadcasting tiny movements and pulses. This built-in system helps the platypus hunt for insects, worms, and other small creatures with impressive precision, even when its eyes are closed underwater, offering a natural advantage in the competitive, hidden world beneath the surface. Researchers marvel at this trait, which challenges conventional expectations about mammalian senses and demonstrates that evolution can combine features from different biological kingdoms to create something entirely new, sparking ideas for advanced bio-inspired sensor technologies in robotics and medicine. By swimming gracefully through cool, clear waters while its bill quietly gathers electrical information, the platypus displays a gentle reminder that nature often conceals extraordinary secrets in the most unassuming places, inviting us to explore and revere the depth of its innovative spirit. Its peculiar blend of reptilian traits with mammalian features and its ability to navigate a shadowy aquatic world serve as a fascinating testament to the endless creativity hidden within evolution's arsenal. Slime molds. Sometimes the boundaries between individual cells and a collective intelligence blur in ways that challenge our ideas about life itself. And slime molds are a captivating example of how simple organisms can organize themselves into a surprisingly smart, problem-solving network, often found on decaying logs and damp forest floors. These intriguing organisms start life as separate, single-celled entities that, when food becomes scarce, merge into a sprawling, amoeba-like mass that moves in a coordinated manner reminiscent of a living, pulsating web, optimizing its route to a food source like a natural GPS system. This collaborative behavior, which defies the typical expectations of a brainless group of cells, leads slime molds to solve puzzles, navigate mazes, and form intricate networks that resemble the complex wiring of a computer circuit. Scientists study slime molds not only for the wonder of their collective intelligence, but also for the potential lessons they offer in developing efficient algorithms for network design and resource distribution, as their seemingly simple actions underline an extraordinary capacity for adaptation and decision-making that emerges without any central control. Their elegant, glistening trails across moist surfaces are as mesmerizing as they are mysterious, serving as a gentle reminder that even the most unassuming life forms can display profound wisdom, urging us to question the definitions of intelligence and community in the natural world. Slime molds invite us to see beauty in unexpected places and inspire creativity in fields ranging from computer science to urban planning, proving that nature's simplicity can hide the most dazzling complexities. Leafcutter ants. Sometimes a small act of diligence can transform an entire ecosystem, and leafcutter ants embody this idea with their fascinating practice of cultivating fungus as their primary food source. Native to the tropical regions of the Americas, these industrious insects form vast colonies that operate much like a finely tuned factory where every ant has a specialized role, from harvesting fresh leaf fragments to meticulously tending to underground fungus gardens. A symbiotic relationship that sustains the colony and shapes the forest floor like a well-maintained garden. The process is as organized as it is astonishing. Ants cut leaves with razor-sharp mandibles, carry them back to their nests, and use them as a substrate to grow a particular fungus that not only serves as their main food but also recycles nutrients back into the ecosystem, a method that resembles modern agricultural practices on a tiny scale. Each ant plays a part in this remarkable cycle of harvesting, nurturing, and consuming, ensuring that the colony thrives even in the face of environmental challenges. And researchers are keen to study their behavior as a model for decentralized organization and teamwork, drawing parallels to efficient human systems in logistics and resource management. Watching a leafcutter ant colony in action is like observing an intricate, living assembly line where every contribution is critical to the collective success, reminding us that even the smallest creatures can achieve greatness through cooperation, persistence, and a harmonious balance with nature. Dragon's blood trees. Sometimes a fascinating silhouette against a scorching sky reminds us that nature can be as dramatic as any legend, and the dragon's blood tree lives up to its mythical name with a form that is as striking as it is mysterious. Native to the Socotra archipelago, this tree sports an umbrella-shaped canopy that looks as if it were plucked out of a fantasy tale, and its name comes from the deep red resin, known as dragon's blood, that oozes from its bark when cut, a substance historically prized for its medicinal and dyeing properties. Much like a secret recipe passed down through generations, this resin, with its rich, crimson hue, not only adds to the tree's aura of ancient magic but also serves practical purposes in deterring insects and healing wounds, a natural multitasker with roles that span from folklore to modern pharmacology. The dragon's blood tree stands out in its arid, rugged habitat, defying harsh winds and relentless sun, and its unique shape, with sparse branches and a densely fibrous trunk, reminds one of an ancient guardian silently watching over the desolate landscape. Researchers and travelers alike are drawn to its otherworldly appearance, with some even likening it to a natural sculpture, a living piece of art that sparks creativity and contemplation in anyone who stumbles upon it. Every detail of its form, from its twisted trunk to the way its branches curve gracefully upward, speaks of survival in an environment where water is scarce and competition fierce. A gentle reminder that beauty and resilience often go hand in hand. In essence, the dragon's blood tree is not just a botanical curiosity but a testament to nature's bold creativity, blending artistry with utility in a form that captivates the eye and stirs the soul, inspiring us to reflect on how life can flourish in even the most challenging settings. Fairy circles. Occasionally, a patch of barren ground in an otherwise lush landscape can spark wonder, and fairy circles in African deserts do just that by creating mysterious, perfectly round bare patches that seem straight out of a folklore tale. Scattered across arid grasslands, these circles, formed by the interplay of termite activity and plant competition, challenge scientists and locals alike with their enigmatic beauty, reminiscent of fairy rings that adorn the floors of old storybooks, yet their origin remains a topic of lively debate and research. Walking by one of these circles, you might feel as if you've stepped into a secret garden where nature has drawn a perfect geometric design in the sand, a design that both mystifies and delights. The phenomenon raises fascinating questions about how such regular patterns can emerge in ecosystems that seem chaotic, inviting comparisons to the organized chaos found in bustling urban intersections or the intricate designs of a tiled floor. As you stand in the midst of the desert's vast openness, the neatly outlined rings offer a small oasis of mystery, prompting thoughts about balance, competition, and the subtle mechanisms that drive nature's self-organization. Researchers suggest that the circles could be an outcome of competition for scarce water resources and nutrients among plants, much like how neighbors might space out evenly to share limited resources in a small town. Regardless of their exact cause, fairy circles encourage us to look closer at seemingly empty spaces and appreciate the hidden order within them, a gentle reminder that beauty can emerge in the most unlikely places. In this way, each fairy circle becomes a silent storyteller, whispering secrets of nature's persistent ingenuity and the delicate balance that sustains life even in harsh environments. Komodo dragons. Sometimes the roar of an ancient beast can stir the imagination, and Komodo dragons, regarded as the largest living lizards, bring this thrill to life with their formidable presence and surprising biological adaptations. Roaming the rugged islands of Indonesia, these apex predators combine power, stealth, and a venomous bite to dominate their surroundings, a unique cocktail of traits that blurs the lines between myth and modern zoology. Their rugged scales and muscular tails, coupled with a keen sense of smell used to track carrion over vast distances, evoke the imagery of prehistoric creatures stepping out of a time machine, while their venom, delivered through grooves in their teeth, serves to weaken prey before a final, decisive ambush. In many ways, encountering a Komodo dragon in the wild is akin to watching nature's raw blueprint for survival in action. A creature that has adapted over millennia to thrive in an environment where only the strongest persist. Local legends and scientific studies both underscore the lizard's dual nature as both a patient ambusher and an efficient hunter, characteristics that remind us of the careful balance between strength and strategy found in many successful competitors. Their rugged lifestyle, marked by scavenging and hunting with equal skill, highlights a resourcefulness that resonates with our own struggles to overcome obstacles in everyday life. Observing these magnificent creatures prompts us to appreciate not only their formidable power but also the delicate ecological balance that enables their survival, an interplay of predator and prey that has evolved over countless generations. Komodo dragons, in their imposing presence and robust adaptability, offer us a vivid lesson in resilience and the relentless force of natural selection, urging us to consider how evolution can sculpt a living marvel that is as captivating as it is awe-inspiring. Zombie worms, bone-eating worms. Sometimes the macabre side of nature holds secrets that defy expectations, and zombie worms, also known as bone-eating worms, embody this eerie allure with a lifestyle centered around the feast on the skeletal remains of whales. These remarkable deep-sea creatures thrive in environments that would seem barren to most life forms, settling on whale bones scattered along the ocean floor and breaking them down with the help of powerful symbiotic bacteria. much like nature's own recyclers that transform decay into nourishment. As they burrow into the hardened carcasses, these worms exploit every drop of energy and mineral hidden within the bones, creating a bustling microecosystem that supports a variety of other deep-sea species, a process comparable to a compost heap where even remnants of life contribute to new growth. Researchers are fascinated by zombie worms as they challenge our notions of what constitutes a viable habitat. Thriving in an environment where food sources are sporadic yet rich in nutrients, a reminder that even in the depths of darkness, life finds a way to persist by reinventing the concept of a meal. Their existence underscores the profound interdependence found in nature, where decay and regeneration are two sides of the same coin, and where every creature plays a role in the grand cycle of life and death. Observing their slow, methodical work on bones scattered across the seafloor invites us to reconsider the beauty in processes that most might find unsettling, as it reveals how nature recycles what we leave behind, transforming remnants into the building blocks for future life. In the shadowy depths of the ocean, zombie worms serve as a striking reminder that even in apparent lifelessness, there is a hidden world of activity and renewal. An ecosystem where the macabre is merely another chapter in the story of survival and transformation. Honey mushroom colonies. Sometimes the largest organisms aren't the ones you can see above ground, and honey mushroom colonies, sprawling underground as vast fungal networks, illustrate this truth with an almost unimaginable scale that challenges our everyday perceptions of size and life. These fungal giants, capable of covering hundreds of acres, slowly spread their mycelial threads beneath forests, quietly breaking down organic matter and enriching the soil, much like a hidden internet of life that connects everything in a delicate balance of growth and decay. In essence, what appears as a simple patch of mushrooms on the forest floor is only a fleeting hint of a vast, sprawling network that operates beneath our feet, orchestrating a silent symphony of nutrient recycling and ecological support that benefits everything from towering trees to tiny insects. Researchers marvel at these colonies as living examples of interconnected ecosystems that operate on timescales and spatial scales far beyond what we typically consider when observing the natural world. The sheer persistence and resilience of these fungal networks serve as a reminder that nature often operates on hidden levels, where slow, methodical processes build enormous, resilient communities over centuries. It's akin to uncovering an ancient, sprawling city beneath your feet, one that functions seamlessly through a complex exchange of resources and chemical signals, effectively linking diverse forms of life in mutual cooperation. Honey mushroom colonies not only decompose and recycle decaying wood and plant matter but also create fertile grounds that support new life, demonstrating the fundamental role fungi play in sustaining ecosystems. For scientists, these underground giants are a source of endless fascination and a subject of study that may provide insights into improving soil health and sustainable agriculture. Their vast, covert networks serve as a humbling reminder that not everything grand is visible at first glance, and that some of the most significant players in nature remain hidden, working tirelessly to sustain life across the planet. Spotted Lake, Canada. Sometimes a tranquil scene can hide a complex secret, and the Spotted Lake in Canada offers an enchanting display of nature's chemical wizardry that transforms a seemingly ordinary body of water into an intricate mosaic. This unique lake is renowned for its seasonal formation of colorful mineral spots that emerge as water evaporates, leaving behind vivid patterns of calcium, magnesium, and other minerals that arrange themselves into distinct, spot-like formations, much like nature's own abstract art that appears only under specific conditions. On hot, dry days, the lake's surface reveals a patchwork of colors ranging from milky blues to deep greens and reds, a dazzling spectacle that attracts scientists and curious travelers alike, as if the landscape were wearing a vibrant, temporary costume. The phenomenon is not only a visual delight but also a subject of intense scientific interest, as researchers explore how the mineral composition, underlying geology, and local climate collaborate to produce such a dynamic display. a process reminiscent of watching a slow-motion paint mixer at work in nature's studio. For those who visit, the spotted lake is a quiet marvel, inviting contemplation on how even water, one of the most familiar elements in our everyday lives, can transform into a canvas for nature's creative expression when conditions are just right. The seasonal change, dictated by the rhythm of the weather, serves as a gentle reminder of nature's impermanence and the subtle, ever-changing beauty that surrounds us if we take the time to look closely. In its shifting hues and ephemeral spots, the lake embodies the idea that beauty and complexity often lie hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves as part of Earth's ongoing, delicate dance of life and chemistry. Tree shrews and spicy food. Sometimes a quirky adaptation can remind us of the unusual paths evolution can take, and tree shrews with their surprising tolerance for spicy food provide a delightful example of nature's unpredictability. In the lush tropical forests of Southeast Asia, these small, nimble mammals have been found to consume foods rich in capsaicinoids, the compounds that give chili peppers their heat, without suffering the burning sensation that would cause discomfort for most creatures, a trait that might seem as if they were born with a built-in spice shield that lets them enjoy meals that would leave others reaching for water. This ability challenges conventional assumptions about dietary preferences in mammals, opening up intriguing questions about genetic adaptations that allow tree shrews to neutralize or tolerate the irritants found in spicy foods. Much like how some people develop a taste for hot wings through repeated exposure, researchers suggest that this adaptation might have conferred an evolutionary advantage by enabling tree shrews to exploit a food resource that other animals avoid, turning a potential deterrent into a dietary asset. As these agile little creatures scurry about in search of their next meal, their ability to sample spicy treats without flinching adds an unexpected layer of humor and fascination to their behavior, inviting us to reconsider the boundaries of taste and adaptation in the animal kingdom. Their spiciness tolerance offers a gentle reminder that evolution is full of surprises, and that sometimes the most unusual traits are the ones that help a species survive in a competitive ecosystem by turning everyday challenges into opportunities for innovation. Through this lens, tree shrews not only enrich our understanding of animal diets but also inspire thoughts about resilience and creativity in the face of life's varied flavors. Hoatzin, stink bird. Sometimes a bird's presence can evoke a sense of both wonder and curiosity, and the hoatzin, often called the stink bird, does just that with its unique digestive system and peculiar appearance that set it apart from other avian species. Native to the swamps and forests of South America, the hoatzin is famous for its foregut fermentation, a process more commonly associated with cows, where microbial fermentation breaks down tough plant material, producing a distinct odor that has earned it its quirky nickname. This remarkable digestive strategy, which resembles a natural composting process, allows the bird to thrive on a leafy diet that might otherwise be too fibrous for most birds, much like having an internal recycling center that transforms hard-to-digest food into vital energy. Despite its somewhat unusual smell, the hoatzin's overall behavior is endearing, featuring slow, lumbering movements and social interactions that hint at ancient evolutionary roots, reminiscent of a relic from a bygone era of avian evolution. Scientists are fascinated by this bird not just because of its distinctive scent but also due to its evolutionary significance, as the hoatzin's traits challenge our traditional classification of birds and offer insights into how different digestive strategies can evolve in response to environmental pressures. Observing the hoatzin in its natural habitat provides a glimpse into an unusual branch of nature's tree, where even the less glamorous aspects of survival, like a pungent aroma, can be an effective adaptation for breaking down tough foliage and thriving in resource-scarce environments. In its unorthodox approach to digestion and its charmingly awkward demeanor, the hoatzin invites us to appreciate the diversity of life and the myriad ways that organisms carve out a niche for themselves in the vast tapestry of nature. Velvet worms. Sometimes creatures from ancient times resurface with such awe-inspiring features that they seem more at home in a fantasy realm than on Earth. And velvet worms certainly fall into that category with their unique method of capturing prey using a sticky, glistening adhesive spray. hailing from tropical and subtropical forests across the globe. These soft-bodied invertebrates move with a slow, measured grace that belies their role as agile hunters, releasing jets of slime from specialized glands in a rapid, targeted burst that ensnares unsuspecting insects, effectively turning a quiet walk through the undergrowth into a high-stakes game of catch and release. Except the catch never gets away. Their velvety skin, from which they derive their name, adds an extra layer of tactile fascination, as it feels soft to the touch and bears an almost luxurious quality reminiscent of velvet fabric, making them an odd yet charming presence in the leaf litter of forest floors. Researchers marvel at their ancient lineage, as velvet worms are often regarded as living fossils that offer a window into the evolutionary past, with their simple yet effective predatory tactics sparking curiosity about how early life forms managed survival before the advent of more complex hunting systems. With every slow, deliberate movement and every unexpected burst of adhesive action, velvet worms remind us that in the grand tapestry of life, even the most unassuming creatures can possess extraordinary abilities that have evolved over millions of years. Their quirky charm and efficient hunting style encourage us to look closer at the diversity of life beneath our feet, inspiring both scientific inquiry and a playful sense of wonder. In a world where speed and flash often capture the spotlight, the velvet worm's quiet, sticky method of securing a meal is a gentle reminder that nature's most enduring successes are often built on simplicity and resilience. Turquoise Killifish. Sometimes a tiny fish's short life can hold epic tales of survival, and the turquoise killifish is a prime example with its extraordinary ability to pause its development in response to harsh environmental challenges. Native to ephemeral pools in arid regions, this diminutive fish endures a life measured in days or weeks by entering a state of suspended animation when its watery habitat begins to vanish under the relentless sun. Much like a pause button that halts the progression of time until conditions become favorable again. During this dormant phase, known as diapause, the embryos slow their development dramatically, hunkering down in the protective confines of their eggs until the rains return and restore their aquatic home. A survival strategy that transforms the fleeting nature of its environment into an opportunity for rebirth. As soon as the water floods in once more, the embryos awaken in rapid succession, turning what seems like a brief, condensed life cycle into a well-rehearsed performance of nature's resilience and adaptability. Researchers find the turquoise killifish particularly fascinating because its accelerated life cycle, combined with the ability to pause and resume development, offers unique insights into aging and survival in extreme conditions, insights that could one day inform medical research and conservation strategies. In many ways, watching these fish emerge with such urgency from their suspended state feels akin to witnessing a well-timed spring awakening after a long, harsh winter, a reminder that even the briefest moments in nature can be packed with wonder and profound lessons on adaptability. The turquoise killifish not only exemplifies nature's resourcefulness in the face of impermanence but also challenges our usual perceptions of lifespan and growth, inspiring us to see that every moment, no matter how fleeting, can hold immense beauty and purpose in the eternal dance of life. Harpy eagle. A burst of majesty in the skies highlights how nature equips its rulers with awe-inspiring traits, and the harpy eagle is one such regal predator that commands both respect and wonder. Soaring high above the tropical canopy of Central and South America, this colossal raptor boasts enormous talons that can rival the grip of a vice and wingspans stretching almost 2 meters, enabling it to navigate dense forests with surprising agility despite its massive size. A feat that resembles a mighty ship cutting through turbulent waters. Its piercing eyes, honed by countless generations of evolution, act like ultra-high-definition cameras that detect even the slightest movement in the forest below, ensuring that no prey escapes its vigilant gaze. Every beat of its powerful wings speaks of precision and strength, lifting it over the treetops as it searches for sloths, monkeys, and other arboreal mammals, which quickly become mere morsels in its calculated hunting strategy. In the same way that a skilled chess player anticipates an opponent's next move, the harpy eagle employs stealth, patience, and raw power to outmaneuver prey, turning each hunt into a masterful display of nature's delicate balance between power and precision. Researchers study these birds not only for their striking physical attributes but also for the insights they offer into the dynamics of predator-prey relationships and the health of forest ecosystems. As the presence of harpy eagles often signals a robust, thriving habitat, their existence, however, is increasingly threatened by habitat loss and human encroachment, reminding us of the fragile interplay between conservation and progress, and urging us to consider how every creature, no matter how mighty, relies on a delicate web of environmental support. The harpy eagle's formidable presence not only accentuates the raw beauty of natural selection but also inspires future generations to protect and celebrate the wild, untamed places where these magnificent birds continue to reign supreme, offering a living testament to the boundless creativity and resilience of nature. Oleander hawk moth caterpillar. A glimpse at nature's playful mimicry often leaves you marveling at the unexpected strategies of survival, and the oleander hawk moth caterpillar offers a vivid display of artful deception. Dwelling on the leaves of oleander plants, these vibrant caterpillars display eye-like patterns near their heads that resemble the menacing gaze of a snake, a clever trick that deters potential predators by suggesting they've encountered something far more dangerous than a mere insect. Its striking coloration and detailed patterns work together like a well-crafted mask at a costume party, instantly transforming the caterpillar into a creature that no ordinary predator dares to approach, much like a guardian costumed for battle. As the caterpillar ambles along the foliage, it uses these natural disguises to blend into its leafy surroundings, evoking a sense of both artistic beauty and formidable defense, which researchers compare to the intricate designs found in ancient tapestries. Through its evolution, this humble larva has mastered the art of camouflage and mimicry, ensuring that every step it takes serves as a performance in nature's grand theater of survival, capturing the fascination of both scientists and casual observers. Studying its behavior offers valuable insights into the dynamics of predator-prey interactions in an ecosystem where every color and pattern is a carefully honed tool, much like the brushes and palettes of an artist determined to create a masterpiece on a living canvas. Conservationists also see in this caterpillar a symbol of the fragile yet intricate relationships woven through our natural world, reminding us that even the tiniest creatures can command a tremendous impact on the ecological balance. The oleander hawk moth caterpillar, with its dual role of aesthetic charm and defensive prowess, ultimately teaches us that nature's creativity can transform the ordinary into something extraordinarily protective and beautifully deceptive, a lesson that resonates through the vibrant, ever-changing rhythm of life. Cockroach resilience. An encounter with an unsung survivor of the insect world can shift your view of resilience entirely, and the cockroach stands as a timeless example of durability and resourcefulness. Thriving in diverse environments from bustling urban centers to secluded wilderness areas, these hardy creatures have adapted astonishingly well to conditions that would overwhelm most other beings, an adaptation so remarkable that myths suggest they could survive even nuclear fallout. Their tough exoskeletons and rapid reproductive rates function like an impregnable fortress combined with an efficient factory line, ensuring that cockroaches persist despite harsh circumstances and attempts at eradication, demonstrating a tenacity that turns everyday nuisances into symbols of survival. Whether scuttling across a kitchen floor or enduring the structural chaos of a decaying building, cockroaches continue their existence with a singular focus on survival, using their highly efficient immune systems and rapid regeneration mechanisms to outlast predators and pesticides alike. Much like a determined team that refines its strategy with every setback, scientists examine these insects not only for their remarkable ability to adapt and resist, but also for the potential clues they offer into new areas of medicine and biodefense, as their unique biological systems reveal insights into robust stress responses and DNA repair mechanisms. Their persistent presence in virtually every corner of the world is a testament to the power of evolutionary ingenuity, underscoring the idea that even the most reviled creatures have roles to play in the balance of ecosystems. contributing to nutrient cycles and serving as a food source for many urban predators. In every scurry and shuffle, cockroaches remind us that survival often hinges on the capacity to adapt in the face of continuous adversity, ultimately urging us to recognize that even what is typically seen as a pest can embody the very principles of endurance and unyielding strength. Moon jellyfish Ephri. A gentle drift in the midnight tide can reveal wonders that defy expectations, and the moon jellyfish Ephri offer a delicate glimpse into nature's cycle of renewal and reproduction. These tiny, translucent forms represent the early, free-swimming stage of the moon jellyfish, where each miniature clone embarks on a life journey that mirrors a larger, more mesmerizing spectacle occurring in the deep blue, all while embodying a graceful, ethereal beauty that mirrors the soft glow of moonlight on calm waters. As Ephri float and pulse with the rhythm of the ocean currents, they seem to drift effortlessly like tiny lanterns at sea, each one carrying the promise of the fully formed medusa that will one day light up the night with mesmerizing displays of bioluminescence. Their simple, bell-shaped form and delicate tentacles hint at the profound transformation that lies ahead, a metamorphosis as quietly powerful as the gradual unfolding of a blooming flower in the cool embrace of twilight. Marine biologists cherish the study of these early life forms because they offer critical insights into the reproductive cycles and developmental processes of jellyfish, revealing secrets about genetic expression and the staggering regenerative capabilities inherent in the animal kingdom. In this fragile stage, Ephri teach us about the vulnerability and resilience that coexist in nature, serving as a gentle reminder that even the smallest, most delicate creatures play vital roles in sustaining oceanic ecosystems. Their brief, yet enchanting existence before maturing into the classic, draping medusa form underscores the transient beauty of life and the continual cycle of growth and renewal that defines our natural world. Moon jellyfish Ephri, with their soft pulses in the silent sea, invite us to contemplate the quiet wonders hidden beneath the surface of the waters, encouraging a deeper appreciation for the subtle miracles that sustain life across the globe. Suriname toad. A peculiar spectacle in the amphibian world can turn a quiet pond into a stage for nature's most astonishing reproductive performance, and the Suriname toad exemplifies this with a method that seems both bizarre and efficient, dwelling in the shallow waters and marshes of South America. These flat-bodied toads have evolved a unique way of caring for their young by having females carry fertilized eggs embedded in the skin of their backs, a process that transforms them into living incubators where the offspring develops safely away from predators. This extraordinary adaptation allows the developing toads to remain hidden and protected while receiving all the nutrients they need, like a mother who carries her babies in a specially tailored pouch, ensuring their survival even in environments where external threats abound. The unconventional method, which might elicit astonishment at first glance, underscores the incredible variety of survival strategies that evolution can produce, turning what might seem like a disadvantage into a formidable life-saving asset. Researchers find the process fascinating because it challenges traditional ideas of parental care in amphibians, offering a window into the innovative ways life adapts to ensure the continuity of species in unpredictable habitats. Every visible wrinkle on the female's back tells a story of evolutionary experimentation, where every embedded egg is nurtured with gentle care until it transforms into a fully formed toad ready to venture out into the world, thereby completing the cycle of life in a manner as quietly remarkable as it is efficient. In its unusual approach to reproduction, the Suriname toad invites us to appreciate that nature often works in mysterious ways, creating systems that seem almost too inventive to be real, and reminding us that the diversity of life is enriched by even the most unexpected strategies for nurturing new generations. Fainting goats. A quirky twist in the animal kingdom can sometimes spark a chuckle while challenging our understanding of normalcy, and fainting goats do just that with a genetic condition that causes them to momentarily stiffen and fall over when startled. Residing on farms and in rural settings across the world, these goats possess a condition known as myotonia congenita, which affects their muscle contractions, making their legs lock up briefly as if they're frozen in place before they right themselves. A reaction that seems like a gentle, if awkward, form of theatrical fainting. Witnessing a fainting goat in action is akin to watching a live, humorous demonstration of nature's oddities, where an unpredictable startle response transforms an ordinary moment into a comical display that often leaves onlookers amused and curious. The condition, although it may look alarming, is harmless and even endearing to many, turning these goats into local celebrities at farm fairs and roadside attractions, where their behavior sparks conversations about genetics and adaptation. Scientists study fainting goats to better understand the underlying mechanisms of muscle contraction and neurological signaling, hoping that insights gleaned may someday inform treatments for similar conditions in humans, making these animals unlikely yet valuable contributors to medical research. Amidst the light-hearted amusement they evoke, fainting goats also serve as a reminder of the incredible diversity in nature, where even seemingly inconvenient traits can foster unique identities and playful interactions within animal communities. Their steady recovery after each brief lapse exemplifies resilience in a way that resonates with our own human experiences of overcoming unexpected hurdles, encouraging an appreciation for every odd, wonderful quirk that evolution bestows upon its creatures. Deep-sea brine pools. A journey into the ocean's uncharted depths can reveal environments so extreme they seem straight out of science fiction, and deep-sea brine pools are among the most extraordinary. Hidden on the seafloor, these hypersaline lakes are pockets of water that are denser and salter than the surrounding ocean, creating boundaries that separate them like invisible walls, a phenomenon that makes them one of the most alien landscapes on Earth. As submersibles glide over these liquid fortresses, researchers marvel at the stark contrasts between the murky, salt-saturated brine and the relatively clearer water above, a visual divide that evokes the imagery of oil slicks blending into a vast, dark canvas. These brine pools, often reaching temperatures that border on the extreme, serve as isolated hubs where specially adapted organisms thrive, transforming a seemingly inhospitable environment into a bustling community of life that challenges our understanding of resilience. Scientists believe that the unique chemistry and density of these pools create microhabitats that host life forms with unusual adaptations, from chemosynthetic bacteria to resilient invertebrates that have turned high salinity and pressure into a survival niche. Much like a secret society that has mastered the art of thriving in isolation, the study of deep-sea brine pools not only sheds light on the remarkable adaptability of life but also provides clues about potential extraterrestrial habitats, as similar conditions may exist on other celestial bodies. For those who venture into these underwater realms, each brine pool stands as a bold reminder of nature's capacity to innovate and sustain life in the most challenging corners of the planet, inviting us to reconsider the limits of survival and the myriad ways that environments once deemed extreme can become cradles of biodiversity. In their serene, almost otherworldly appearance, deep-sea brine pools inspire us to look beyond the familiar, exploring the hidden wonders that lie deep beneath the waves. Sahara Desert Ants. A glimpse at the bustling activity of life in the harshest of climates reveals remarkable adaptations, and Sahara desert ants are prime examples of nature's ingenuity in the face of relentless heat. Thriving under a scorching sun where temperatures soar and the landscape is an endless expanse of sand, these tiny pioneers navigate their barren world using an internal pedometer and even detecting polarized light to map out their journeys, akin to a built-in GPS guiding them home as if they were expert hikers navigating desert trails. With precision born of necessity, these ants meticulously count their steps to estimate distance, ensuring that they can retrace their route back to their underground colonies even when the horizon offers little visual guidance. Their behavior is reminiscent of a well-rehearsed drill team, each ant playing a vital role in gathering food and sustaining the colony in an environment where every drop of moisture counts and every moment under the blinding sun is a testament to survival. Researchers studying these resilient ants often draw parallels to human navigation techniques, marveling at how such small creatures can decipher complex cues from light and landscape. ultimately revealing insights into the natural algorithms that govern behavior in extreme settings. The Sahara Desert ants, with their unwavering determination, remind us that even under the most punishing conditions, life finds a way to thrive and communicate, turning what seems like an unforgiving expanse into a meticulously managed network of survival. Their ability to return safely to the nest despite disorienting heat and swirling sand offers a lesson in perseverance that resonates far beyond the desert, urging us to appreciate the delicate balance between instinct and adaptation that nature has perfected over millennia. In every step they take, these ants illustrate that even the smallest creatures can illuminate grand truths about navigation, memory, and teamwork, inviting us to marvel at the intricate methods by which life conquers even the most extreme environments. Bird magnetoreception. A sudden realization of how birds seem to navigate vast distances without a map sparks an appreciation for nature's hidden compasses. And bird magnetoreception is the invisible guide that helps these aerial travelers find their way. Deep within the eyes of many bird species lies a special protein known as cryptochrome, which is thought to interact with the Earth's magnetic field, converting subtle magnetic cues into visual information, much like a natural radar system that illuminates invisible forces guiding their long migratory journeys. This innate sense allows birds to detect variations in magnetic intensity and direction, enabling them to embark on cross-continental odysseys with unwavering precision, as if they were gliding on air currents informed by an internal GPS calibrated by nature itself. Ornithologists and neuroscientists are keenly interested in this phenomenon because it challenges traditional notions of navigation, offering a window into the sophisticated interplay between biology and physics, where even a slight magnetic disturbance can serve as a reliable directional signal. Whether soaring high above mountain ranges or gliding over vast oceans, these feathered navigators use their magnetoreception not just to reach their destinations but also to avoid treacherous weather patterns and geographical obstacles, weaving intricate migratory routes that have fascinated researchers for decades. Observing migratory flocks and understanding their patterns is akin to reading a carefully crafted blueprint of survival and adaptation, reminding us that even the most seemingly effortless journeys conceal a network of finely tuned biological sensors working in harmony. The study of bird magnetoreception inspires engineers and scientists to develop bio-inspired navigation systems, drawing on the ancient wisdom encoded in living creatures to solve modern technological challenges. In every graceful turn and long-distance flight, these birds display the marvels of evolution, reminding us that nature's hidden forces are always at work, shaping the way life moves across our planet. Glass frogs. A quiet wonder on a rain-soaked night in the tropical forests reveals a secret that nature has kept transparent, and glass frogs, with their delicate, almost see-through undersides, offer a mesmerizing glimpse into a world where internal organs seem to dance beneath a translucent skin. Dwelling among mossy branches and humid leaves, these tiny amphibians possess a clarity in their lower body that allows observers to glimpse their beating hearts and fluttering internal structures as they cling to foliage in search of insects and shelter, an effect reminiscent of a living, breathing aquarium where the boundaries between the internal and external blur into a seamless tapestry of life. Their emerald bodies, perfectly camouflaged among the foliage, contrast beautifully with the visible patterns of their internal anatomy, a unique adaptation that not only fascinates biologists but also serves as a clever mechanism to confuse predators, as the transparency can make it difficult for an attacker to discern the frog's true outline. Much like a watermark that blends into its background, researchers are intrigued by glass frogs because their unusual skin has led to studies on amphibian physiology and environmental adaptations, contributing insights into how organisms can evolve traits that seem almost too delicate for survival in the wild. Each leap from one leaf to another in the cool, damp air becomes a graceful ballet, where every movement and heartbeat is not concealed but celebrated as a testament to nature's vulnerability and resilience. For those who venture into these lush, tropical realms, encountering a glass frog is like witnessing a living piece of art that illustrates the transparency of life itself, inviting onlookers to appreciate the blend of beauty, functionality, and sheer evolutionary ingenuity packed into one small amphibian, as light filters through the dense canopy and casts gentle shadows on the forest floor. Glass frogs stand as silent ambassadors of nature's hidden marvels, urging us to look closer at the delicate interplay between visibility and camouflage in a world rich with wonder. Fungal mind control, multiple species. A curious adventure into the hidden realms of nature reveals how some fungi have mastered the art of manipulation, and fungal mind control stands as a spellbinding phenomenon that transforms ordinary insects into unwitting actors in a biological drama. In wooded areas and damp jungles, certain fungi infect insects like ants and caterpillars, gradually overriding their natural behaviors with chemical signals that force them to seek out locations ideal for the fungus to grow and spread. It's as if these fungi possess a secret remote control, reprogramming their hosts to climb to elevated spots or position themselves in warm, humid areas that benefit the fungal life cycle, reminiscent of how a seasoned game show director might orchestrate contestants' actions for maximum effect. Scientists studying these interactions are fascinated by the detailed interplay between fungal chemicals and insect neurobiology, which appears to operate with impressive precision, almost like a finely tuned orchestra where every instrument plays its part to perfection. This peculiar natural strategy not only ensures the fungus's reproductive success but also offers a window into the complex ways parasites can manipulate behavior, turning what would typically be a simple life into an elaborate series of events designed purely for the fungus's benefit. Observing an infected ant wandering away from its colony or a caterpillar behaving unusually can evoke a mix of curiosity and awe, prompting us to rethink the limits of influence in nature. Fungal mind control challenges the notion that free will is absolute in the animal kingdom and underscores the intricate balance between host and parasite, revealing layers of interaction that often go unnoticed in the busy rhythm of forest life. In essence, the phenomenon is both unsettling and inspiring, showing that even the smallest organisms can wield extraordinary powers over the behavior of others. It invites us to look closer at the hidden networks that sustain ecosystems, where each twist and turn in the behavior of life forms is a testament to the relentless drive for survival, creativity, and adaptation in an ever-changing world. Epaulet sharks. A glance at the rhythmic pulse of the ocean floor unveils creatures that have redefined resilience, and epaulet sharks are brilliant examples of this undersea tenacity, thriving in habitats where oxygen levels can plunge to dangerous lows. In the shallow, often turbulent waters along coral reefs and tidal flats, these remarkable sharks have evolved a surprising ability to cope with hypoxic, or low oxygen, conditions by slowing down their metabolism and even shutting off non-essential parts of their bodies to conserve vital oxygen, much like a power-saving mode in a smartphone during periods of low battery. Their unique adaptations allow them to survive in tide pools that shrink and warm under the midday sun, where most other fish would struggle to breathe, turning them into true masters of their challenging environment. When the tide recedes and oxygen levels drop, the epaulet shark can literally pause its activity, conserving energy until the waters are replenished, a strategy that signals both ingenuity and prudence. Marine biologists are intrigued by this behavior as it opens windows into the evolutionary underpinnings of resilience and adaptation, areas that could inspire biomedical research into metabolic control under stress. Observing these sharks navigate the labyrinth of coral and rock, barely disturbed by the cyclical ebb and flow of their habitat, is reminiscent of watching an experienced traveler artfully adapt to an unpredictable journey. The ability of epaulet sharks to thrive in such fluctuating conditions reminds us that survival often requires not just strength, but the wisdom to slow down when necessary. In their silent, efficient existence, these sharks provide a living lesson in endurance and adaptability, underscoring the silent grace of nature's less flashy but incredibly vital warriors of the deep. Reindeer eyes changing color. An unexpected quirk in the frozen wilderness reveals that nature has hidden talents in plain sight, and reindeer eyes changing color is one such surprise that transforms a cold, snowy landscape into a stage of natural marvels. Deep in the Arctic, reindeer experience dramatic shifts in daylight and temperature, and their eyes adapt remarkably to the extreme seasonal changes by altering the color of their tapetum lucidum, the reflective layer behind the retina that aids night vision, shifting from a warm golden hue in summer to a cool blue tone during the long, dark winters. This subtle yet significant change optimizes their vision in snowy conditions, enhancing contrast and helping them detect predators against a bright, reflective environment where snow can obscure even the most vigilant observer, much like switching between different filters on a camera to capture the perfect shot in varying light. Researchers studying these adaptations are keen to understand how this shift improves reindeer survival in an environment where every moment can make the difference between evading a predator and becoming prey, offering insights into animal adaptations that seem almost tailored for the extreme rhythms of the Arctic. The seasonal transformation not only facilitates better vision but also exemplifies how evolution fine-tunes creatures to thrive in environments that defy ordinary human experience. For the reindeer, these changes in eye color are more than mere curiosity. They are essential tools for navigating vast, featureless expanses, finding food amid relentless snow, and staying safe in a habitat where the night can last for months. In witnessing this subtle yet vital adaptation, one can't help but marvel at the intricate relationship between organism and environment, a reminder of how even the smallest ocular adjustments contribute to a larger tapestry of survival and resilience in one of Earth's harshest climates. Vampire finch. A surprising twist on the familiar story of survival emerges in the remote islands of the Galapagos, where the vampire finch takes center stage with its unusual feeding habits and resourceful approach to life, contrasting sharply with its more typical relatives. These small birds, which have earned their name from their tendency to sip blood from larger seabirds when food becomes scarce, reveal nature's capacity for adaptation in the harshest conditions, a behavior that might seem more like a scene from a Gothic novel than ordinary bird life. The vampire finch's diet, primarily reliant on the nutrient-rich blood from species such as boobies, is an ingenious solution to the limited availability of conventional food sources on these isolated islands, where seasonal fluctuations can create drastic shortages of seeds and insects. This unconventional feeding habit is not undertaken lightly. Rather, it is a survival strategy honed over generations, allowing the finch to supplement its diet in times of need, much like a resourceful chef devising a creative recipe from a sparse pantry. Scientists studying these birds have uncovered insights into how such behaviors evolve in response to environmental pressures, offering a window into the broader principles of ecological adaptation and the sometimes surprising paths evolution can take. As one watches these finches skillfully peck at prey to extract blood, it becomes evident that their behavior is a product of both necessity and ingenuity, a testament to the resilience required to flourish in an unforgiving setting. The vampire finch stands as a vivid reminder that nature does not always follow conventional rules, instead painting a picture of survival that is as bold and unpredictable as it is fascinating, inviting us to reconsider our assumptions about what is normal in the struggle for life in isolated ecosystems. Leopard seals. A commanding presence beneath icy Antarctic waters highlights how fierce adaptability takes center stage in the animal kingdom, and leopard seals are formidable examples of such raw, uncompromising nature. These apex predators, with their powerful jaws and sleek, muscular bodies, dominate the frigid landscapes of the Southern Ocean, where they hunt with a blend of stealth and vigor that can leave onlookers in awe. Their streamlined form and sharp incisors enable them to effectively capture prey like penguins and smaller seals, a hunting strategy that mirrors the precision of a skilled martial artist who strikes with calculated, rapid movements. This balance of strength and elegance is what makes leopard seals not only fearsome hunters but also integral players in the Antarctic food web, maintaining a balance that is essential for the region's ecological stability. Researchers studying these animals are intrigued by how they manage to navigate the extreme cold and slippery ice, using powerful bursts of energy to break through pack ice and subdue agile prey, much like an elite athlete overcoming physical challenges in a hostile environment. Beyond their physical prowess, leopard seals exhibit a measured, solitary nature, often seen patrolling the ice with an air of quiet confidence, as if they have an innate understanding of their surroundings and their role within a delicate ecosystem. Their presence provides a vital reminder of the intricate interplay between predator and prey in some of the harshest climates on Earth, where every hunt is a dance of survival that has been refined over millennia. In watching these majestic creatures glide effortlessly through icy waters, one gains a deep appreciation for the resilience and tenacity that define life at the edge of extremes, inspiring not only respect for their power but also a thoughtful reflection on the fragile balance that sustains such incredible wildlife. Bonehouse wasps. A surprising twist in insect architecture unfolds in the hidden alcoves of forests, where bonehouse wasps showcase nature's flair for both creativity and defense through the construction of intricate nests camouflaged with dead ants. These wasps, small yet remarkably innovative, build their homes in concealed spaces using a mixture of plant resins and the bodies of deceased ants, a technique that serves to mask the chemical signatures that predators might use to locate them, much like a masterful disguise worn during a covert operation. The process begins with the careful collection of dead ants, which the wasps incorporate into the walls of their nests, creating a structure that not only offers physical protection but also confuses would-be intruders with its deceptive aroma, a natural form of security system that ensures the wasp colony remains hidden from danger. Entwined with the daily tasks of foraging and reproduction, the wasp's unique method of nest construction is a testament to the resourcefulness that evolution can foster even in the smallest of creatures. Entomologists find this adaptation particularly fascinating because it blurs the lines between passive camouflage and active chemical defense, revealing layers of complexity that transform the nest into a veritable fortress in miniature. Observers might liken the wasp's behavior to a clever thief who uses everyday materials to create an impenetrable hideout, a simple yet effective solution honed through countless generations of trial and error. The bonehouse wasps, with their unconventional building practices, underscore the idea that survival often hinges on the unexpected and creative use of available resources. Their elaborate nests serve as a quiet reminder that even the most unassuming species can reveal extraordinary capabilities, inspiring us to reconsider the ingenuity woven into the natural world and appreciate the multifaceted strategies life employs to persist against all odds. Sundew plants. A glistening morning dew on a garden leaf can unexpectedly unveil the hidden charm of carnivorous plants, and sundew plants capture this magic with their sticky, shimmering tentacles that lure unsuspecting insects into a delicious trap. These remarkable plants, found in nutrient-poor wetlands and bogs, have evolved specialized glandular hairs that excrete a sticky, sugary substance to attract insects, much like a scented candy drawing in a swarm of hungry party guests, only to ensnare them in a web of natural adhesive. Once an insect lands on a droplet, it becomes stuck as the tentacles slowly curl inward, a process that resembles a gentle embrace that ultimately seals the insect's fate, allowing the plant to digest and extract essential nutrients in a manner similar to a slow-cooked meal that nourishes its growth, especially in environments where soil nutrients are scarce. Botanists are captivated by sundews not only for their entrancing beauty but also for their ingenious adaptation, which blurs the lines between plant and predator in an ecosystem where every adaptation counts for survival. Observing the sundew's delicate movements is akin to watching a well-choreographed dance, where every gentle curl and sticky catch is executed with a precision honed through countless generations of natural selection. This carnivorous strategy offers a refreshing perspective on how living organisms can turn potential weaknesses, such as nutrient-deficient soils, into evolutionary strengths through innovation and resourcefulness. As each glistening drop on the sundew's tentacles catches the morning light, it serves as a reminder of the subtle, intricate techniques nature employs to thrive in unlikely places, inviting onlookers to appreciate the blend of beauty and function embedded in even the humblest corners of our natural world. Carpenter ants' social immunity. A bustling colony of industrious ants can reveal secrets of communal resilience that extend far beyond the ordinary, And carpenter ants have perfected a system of social immunity that transforms their cooperative behavior into a biological fortress against disease. Within their intricately constructed nests, these ants engage in collective grooming and the sharing of antimicrobial secretions that act like a natural disinfectant, continuously cleaning one another's bodies much like a household using a regular sanitizing routine to ward off germs in a busy kitchen. Each member of the colony plays an active role in maintaining the overall health of the community, applying naturally produced substances that inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria and fungi, a process that is both incredibly efficient and subtly intricate, akin to a well-coordinated neighborhood watch that ensures everyone stays safe. Researchers studying carpenter ants are fascinated by this form of social immunity because it offers critical insights into how cooperation at the microscopic level can significantly bolster the resilience of an entire population against infection, suggesting potential applications in understanding human social behaviors and developing strategies for communal health. The ant's routine, from grooming to the strategic application of antimicrobial secretions, underscores a profound message that unity and collaboration can create a robust line of defense, even in environments teeming with pathogens. Their everyday activities remind us that the smallest acts of care, when performed collectively, can lead to remarkable health benefits for an entire community. Carpenter ants, with their meticulous hygiene practices, not only exemplify the power of teamwork but also inspire a deeper appreciation for the often overlooked complexities of social behavior in the animal kingdom, encouraging us to consider how our shared efforts might foster a more resilient society. Sea butterflies, pteropods. A delicate flutter on the ocean's surface can transform an ordinary seascape into a living ballet, and sea butterflies, or pteropods, encapsulate this ethereal quality with their graceful, wing-like foot extensions that allow them to drift and dance in the open water. These tiny, translucent mollusks float with an elegance that belies their critical role in marine ecosystems, much like a gentle waltz that seamlessly connects the rhythms of tide and current while serving as a vital food source for larger predators, from fish to whales. Their delicate, almost papery bodies, adorned with graceful fins, resemble tiny butterflies gliding effortlessly in an unseen breeze, evoking images of floating petals in a serene pond, a vision that has enchanted oceanographers and wildlife enthusiasts alike. These creatures play an essential role in the ocean's carbon cycle, as they feed on phytoplankton and, in turn, become part of a complex food web that supports vast numbers of marine organisms, thereby illustrating how even the smallest components of the ecosystem are indispensable to the health of our seas. Scientists study sea butterflies not only for their beauty but also for the insights they provide into the impacts of ocean acidification and climate change on delicate marine life, as these creatures are particularly sensitive to shifts in pH and temperature. Their fragile shells and graceful movements serve as silent indicators of the ocean's changing conditions, encouraging us to cherish and protect the intricate balance of our marine environments. Each gentle flutter of a sea butterfly reminds us of the quiet beauty that sustains life beneath the waves, urging us to appreciate the delicate interplay between form, function, and the ever-changing pulse of the ocean. Greenland shark. A whisper from the deep in the cold, mysterious waters of the Arctic brings forth one of nature's most enduring enigmas, and the Greenland shark stands as a majestic testament to survival over centuries. This immense, slow-moving vertebrate, known for its remarkably extended lifespan, often exceeding several centuries, navigates the frigid depths with a quiet dignity that defies the rapid pace of life we typically observe, much like a venerable elder calmly witnessing the passage of time while the world around it evolves at breakneck speed. Adapted to life in near-freezing waters, the Greenland shark's metabolism operates at an astonishingly slow rate, allowing it to sustain its massive frame on sparse resources, a strategy that mirrors the endurance of ancient trees rooted in Arctic soil. Biologists have been captivated by the shark's ability to thrive in an environment where temperatures are dangerously low and food is scarce, revealing insights into the remarkable cellular and genetic mechanisms that enable such longevity. a living fossil that carries within its essence clues to the secrets of aging and adaptation. With its unhurried pace and ghostly appearance, the Greenland shark appears to glide through the depths as a silent keeper of Arctic history. Its life a long, unfolding story of resilience amid the harshest conditions. Despite the sparse light and immense pressures of its habitat, it continues to roam the underwater wilderness, a steadfast symbol of nature's boundless capacity to endure. Each slow, graceful movement of this ancient predator invites us to reflect on the mysteries of time, reminding us that in the vast tapestry of life, some threads are woven so deeply that they have witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, offering a profound lesson on the endurance and subtle beauty of evolution. Decoy-building spiders. A burst of creativity in the web-spinning world reveals that not all predators rely solely on speed or venom to catch their prey, as decoy-building spiders take a uniquely crafty approach by constructing lifelike spider models to mislead intruders. In secluded forest corners and sun-dappled clearings, these resourceful arachnids spin intricate silk structures that mimic the appearance of a full-grown spider, serving as an uncanny decoy to confuse predators and rivals, much like a master illusionist using replicas to distract a watchful audience. Harnessing a combination of fine silk strands and meticulous attention to detail, the decoy not only replicates the body shape and posture of its creator but also becomes a silent guardian of its territory, luring potential threats away from the vulnerable nest where eggs are carefully concealed. Researchers comparing this strategy to the art of camouflage in military tactics are fascinated by how evolution can fine-tune behavior to create such precise deceptions in nature, proving that survival often hinges on psychological warfare as much as physical prowess. Observing one of these spiders at work is akin to watching a live theatrical performance in which every filament is placed with deliberate intention, evoking the sense that the spider is not simply constructing a trap for prey but engaging in a calculated game of survival that turns deception into an art form. The decoy building process illustrates a delicate balance between energy investment and protective return, as even the slightest misstep in design could result in wasted resources or increased risk. Yet these spiders masterfully strike that balance with the instinct of a seasoned strategist. Their behavior not only enriches our understanding of predator-prey dynamics, but also inspires biomimetic designs in robotics and security systems, where imitation can serve as an effective form of defense, reminding us that sometimes the most subtle deceptions can yield the grandest victories in the ongoing dance of life. Cone snails. A startling encounter with a tiny but deadly marine creature reveals that even the smallest beings in the ocean can wield formidable power, and cone snails do so with venom that is both complex and potent. Residing in tropical and subtropical waters among coral reefs and sandy bottoms, these mollusks possess a harpoon-like radular tooth loaded with a cocktail of neurotoxins, allowing them to immobilize swift-moving prey with astonishing speed and precision, much like a microscopic sniper targeting its mark with surgical accuracy. This lethal apparatus is not only a marvel of natural engineering but also serves as a remarkable survival tool, enabling the cone snail to hunt fish and even other mollusks despite its diminutive size, a feat that challenges our assumptions about the scale of power in the marine world. Researchers are particularly intrigued by the biochemical complexity of the cone snail's venom, which consists of a diverse array of compounds that interfere with nerve impulses and muscle contractions, a discovery that has spurred interest in the potential medical applications of these toxins for pain management and drug development, reminiscent of nature's own chemistry set that holds secrets waiting to be unlocked. As diverse and marine enthusiasts observe these seemingly unassuming creatures from a respectful distance, the cone snail stands as a potent reminder that beauty and danger often coexist beneath the surface, urging us to approach the ocean with a blend of wonder and caution. Its silent, stealthy movements underscore an evolutionary strategy finely honed over millions of years, illustrating that in the world of survival, precision and potency can come in the smallest packages, transforming humble shells into lethal weapons that command both respect and scientific curiosity. Tree frogs, antifreeze. A walk through a chilly woodland at the brink of winter reveals that not all creatures shiver in the cold, as tree frogs exhibit a remarkable adaptation by producing natural antifreeze compounds to survive freezing temperatures. Inhabiting temperate regions where the transition from autumn to winter can be brutal, these amphibians synthesize special proteins that inhibit ice crystal formation within their cells, ensuring that even as the ambient temperature plummets, their tissues remain unfrozen and functional, a life-saving trick that mirrors a built-in heating system designed by nature itself. In the same way that certain plants produce chemicals to resist frost damage, tree frogs have evolved a method to preserve the delicate balance of water within their bodies, transforming a potentially lethal drop in temperature into a manageable challenge through biochemical ingenuity. This protective adaptation allows them to hibernate safely in moist, insulated environments such as leaf litter or under logs, where the natural antifreeze acts like a guardian, preventing the formation of damaging ice that could otherwise rupture cell walls and lead to fatal injuries. Biologists studying these resilient amphibians compare their strategy to a well-coordinated defense system, where every cell is equipped to counter the assault of cold, reflecting an intricate dance between genetics and environmental pressures that has been refined over countless generations. Observations of tree frogs emerging in the spring, seemingly untouched by the harsh winter, serve as a living testament to the power of evolution to turn adversity into advantage, inspiring both awe and practical lessons in the fields of cryopreservation and medical research. The antifreeze phenomenon in tree frogs not only underscores the importance of biochemical adaptations in survival but also invites us to appreciate the hidden marvels within nature's arsenal, where even the shivers of winter can be met with quiet, determined resilience. Scalyfoot snail. A venture into the deep-sea realms where hydrothermal vents bubble with superheated water unveils a creature that seems to blur the lines between life and metallurgy. And the scalyfoot snail stands as a striking example of adaptation that transforms danger into durability. Inhabiting the extreme environments of the ocean's underworld, these snails have developed shells and foot tissues that incorporate iron sulfide, effectively turning parts of their bodies into natural armor with a metallic sheen, much like an aquatic knight clad in impenetrable scales that glint against the dark backdrop of the abyss. This extraordinary adaptation not only provides physical protection from predators and the high-pressure, high-temperature conditions near hydrothermal vents but also underlines a remarkable synergy between biology and geology, as the snail harnesses the mineral-rich waters to fortify its defenses in a process that resembles nature's own blacksmithing. Scientists are fascinated by the scalyfoot snail because its unique composition challenges conventional notions of organic materials, sparking research into biomineralization, a process through which living organisms produce minerals that harden their tissues, and offering potential applications in creating novel, bio-inspired materials that combine flexibility with strength. Observing these snails in their harsh, alien habitat brings to mind the image of ancient warriors enduring the trials of a merciless environment, their iron-infused scales a testament to resilience and innovation. Each glimpse of the scalyfoot snail reveals a sophisticated interplay between environmental chemistry and evolutionary pressure, highlighting how life can not only endure but also thrive in circumstances that would seem utterly inhospitable. Their existence serves as a powerful reminder that even in the most extreme corners of our planet, nature finds ways to engineer solutions that are both functional and awe-inspiring, encouraging us to re-examine our understanding of the limits of biological possibility. Nail-tailed wallaby, Onychogalia. A subtle marvel of adaptation in the Australian outback emerges in the form of the nail-tailed wallaby, a lesser-known marsupial whose intriguing tail spur hints at functions yet to be fully understood. Roaming the open plains and sparse woodlands, these wallabies exhibit a curious appendage, a small, spur-like structure on their tails that stands as a puzzle to biologists, provoking comparisons to natural tools designed for defense or communication that remain shrouded in mystery. The nail-tailed wallaby's overall behavior, characterized by agile movements and adept hopping across rugged terrain, illustrates a form of evolution that has fine-tuned even the smallest anatomical details for specialized roles, much like a multi-tool that offers unexpected functionality in critical moments. Researchers suspect that the tail spur might serve a variety of purposes, perhaps in social interactions or in fending off predators. Yet its exact function continues to elude definitive explanation, thereby inviting further study into behavioral ecology and evolutionary development. As field observations accumulate, scientists piece together anecdotes that suggest these wallabies might use the spur during play fighting or display, in a manner reminiscent of the way domestic animals use minor physical signals to communicate status and intent. The mystery of the tail spur adds an extra layer of fascination to the nail-tailed wallaby, encouraging naturalists and researchers alike to look more deeply into the subtle, intricate details that evolution can produce over millennia. In a landscape where every adaptation can mean the difference between survival and obscurity, this small spur reminds us that even seemingly insignificant features can hide profound functional value, a lesson that resonates with the notion that in nature, as in life, every part can have a purpose, even if its full story is yet to be told. Mimic octopus. A flash of underwater theatricality unfolds along the ocean floor with the mimic octopus, an extraordinary cephalopod renowned for its chameleon-like ability to impersonate multiple marine species. Drifting among coral reefs and sandy bottoms, this clever creature can contort its body, change colors, and modify its texture to replicate the appearance and behavior of more dangerous animals such as lionfish, sea snakes, or flatfish, thereby weaving a survival narrative that resembles an elaborate costume party where every disguise is crafted for self-preservation. With fluid movements and a highly flexible body, the mimic octopus transforms itself in a matter of seconds, allowing it to thwart predators and rival species with a dazzling display of mimicry that is as entertaining as it is efficient. Researchers marvel at this remarkable ability because it challenges our perception of intelligence and adaptive behavior in marine life, hinting at a level of strategic planning and learning that blurs the line between instinct and conscious choice. This cephalopod's antics are not solely about deception. However, they also serve as a method of communication and territorial display, enriching the dynamic tapestry of life beneath the waves. When a mimic octopus adopts the shape of a venomous lionfish, for example, it sends a clear signal to potential threats about its unpalatability, a tactic that underscores nature's knack for turning imitation into a viable survival strategy. Diving into the study of such behavior provides insights into neural plasticity, evolutionary adaptation, and even inspiration for next-generation camouflage technology in human design. Like a master actor who rehearses roles in a never-ending play, the mimic octopus continually refines its performance on the natural stage, offering us a glimpse into a world where flexibility and creativity combine to defy predators and ensure continued survival in the unpredictable theater of the ocean. Thermophilic bacteria, e.g., Thermus aquaticus. A hidden wonder beneath scalding hot springs reveals that life often thrives in the most unlikely places, as thermophilic bacteria such as Thermus aquaticus demonstrate an extraordinary ability to flourish in boiling temperatures that would charm most organisms, turning extreme heat into an open invitation for survival and innovation. Nestled in geysers, hot springs, and other geothermal wonders, these resilient microbes have evolved specialized proteins that remain stable and functional even at temperatures nearing 100 degrees Celsius, much like a heat-resistant smartphone battery that never fails under pressure. Their secret lies in enzymes that can withstand and even thrive under such fiery conditions, enabling these bacteria to break down complex molecules and power biochemical reactions with remarkable efficiency. A process that has revolutionized molecular biology by giving scientists tools like Taq polymerase to amplify DNA in the lab. The study of thermophilic bacteria not only illuminates the diverse spectrum of life but also offers a window into the early conditions on Earth, hinting that life might have originated in similarly extreme environments where high temperatures were the norm rather than the exception. Each discovery in these heated habitats challenges our preconceived notions of where life can exist and how it can adapt to seemingly hostile conditions. Observing these microorganisms in their natural geothermal laboratories is akin to witnessing nature's own extreme sports competition, where the ability to cope with heat becomes a ticket to thriving in an environment most would find unbearable. The resilience and ingenuity of thermophilic bacteria continue to inspire research that spans everything from industrial enzyme production to the search for extraterrestrial life in extreme planets, reminding us that life's adaptability is boundless and that nature often forges the most powerful tools in the crucible of extremes. Tuatara, a relic from an ancient world, roams the sunlit islands of New Zealand, and tuataras carry with them secrets of Earth's distant past that challenge our modern understanding of reptiles. These odd, lizard-like creatures, which are not true lizards but rather the lone survivors of an ancient lineage dating back to the age of dinosaurs, possess unique features such as a third eye on the top of their heads, a rudimentary photoreceptive organ that might once have helped regulate circadian rhythms or detect light changes, an evolutionary trait that sparks endless fascination among scientists and nature enthusiasts alike. In the quiet, crevice-filled landscapes of rocky outcrops, tuataras move with a deliberate, almost contemplative pace that contrasts sharply with the frenetic energy of many modern reptiles, offering a living snapshot of evolutionary processes that have remained remarkably unchanged for millions of years. Their slow metabolism, modest size, and hardy constitution make them ideal ambassadors for studying ancient genetic blueprints and the environmental factors that have shaped survival strategies over eons. Biologists delve into the world of tuataras with an eye toward unraveling the mysteries of their longevity and resistance to diseases, which might one day illuminate paths to advances in modern medicine and evolutionary biology. Watching a tuatara bask in the warmth of a sunlit rock, one is reminded that some of nature's most enduring lessons come from the quiet persistence of ancient lineages, whose very existence defies the rapid pace of change in our modern world. These remarkable reptiles invite us to ponder the subtle interplay between genetic heritage and environmental adaptation, a dialogue written in the slow, deliberate movements of a creature that has witnessed the rise and fall of countless species over time, inspiring both awe and a profound sense of connection to Earth's distant past. Gharial snout. A swift glide through a winding river in the Indian subcontinent reveals that even the subtlest anatomical adaptations can unlock extraordinary feats of survival, and the gharial snout is one such marvel that exemplifies precision in nature's design. This slender, elongated snout, lined with interlocking teeth, is perfectly adapted for catching slippery fish in swift-moving waters, acting like a finely tuned fishing rod engineered for efficiency and speed, a tool honed by evolution to reduce water resistance and optimize the capture of agile prey. As the gharial prowls along the riverbanks with a grace that belies its formidable appearance, its narrow snout slices through the water with minimal disturbance, ensuring that unsuspecting fish remain unaware until the precise moment of the strike, a feat that underscores the intricate balance between form and function in natural selection. Researchers have long marveled at the gharial's specialized jaws, noting that every curve and ridge appears meticulously sculpted for the efficient handling of aquatic life, a design that contrasts sharply with the broader snouts of other crocodilians more suited to a generalized diet. This specialization not only enhances its role as a top predator in riverine ecosystems but also offers valuable insights into how niche adaptations can drive evolutionary divergence. Observing a gharial in its natural habitat is like watching a master fisherman at work, each calculated snap of its jaws a testament to millions of years of refined adaptation. Its presence, steeped in the ecological drama of river systems, reminds us that even subtle changes in anatomy can provide a significant survival advantage, a lesson echoed in the persistence of species that have mastered the art of specialization. The gharial's elegant snout thus symbolizes the silent, relentless power of evolution to craft solutions tailored to the challenges of life, a living blueprint of nature's capacity for innovation in even the narrowest of forms. Pupu egg protection. A curious defense mechanism among birds turns what might seem ordinary into a showcase of natural ingenuity. And hoopoe employ a unique strategy to protect their eggs with a chemical shield that is both simple and effective, residing in open grasslands and savannas across Africa and parts of Asia. These striking birds lay their eggs in nests that are often vulnerable to predators and microbial invasion, yet the hoopoe and its chicks secrete a smelly, repellent substance that coats the eggs, deterring potential threats much like a natural barrier spray that ensures the safety and integrity of their fragile future generations. This protective secretion, produced by specialized glands, not only fends off predators but also inhibits the growth of harmful bacteria and fungi, offering a dual function that is as practical as it is fascinating. The noticeable odor, though off-putting to pests, becomes a badge of honor for the hoopoe, signaling its commitment to safeguarding its progeny in an environment where the threat of predation and infection is ever present. Biologists appreciate this strategy as it exemplifies how behavioral and chemical adaptations can work in tandem, turning what might be perceived as a disadvantage, a malodorous smell, into a potent tool for survival, much like a natural alarm system alerting would-be intruders to steer clear. As these birds tend to their nests and attend to their eggs with diligent care, observers are reminded of the myriad ways in which nature equips even the most unassuming creatures with the means to thrive against the odds, a lesson that underscores the intricate dance between defense and vulnerability that defines life in the wild. The hoopoe's egg protection strategy not only sparks wonder for its creativity but also serves as a gentle reminder that every trait in the animal kingdom, no matter how unusual it may seem, has evolved for a reason, weaving together the threads of survival into the vibrant tapestry of life. Skunk cabbage. A brisk encounter with a winter survivor redefines early spring's promise when you come across the skunk cabbage, a plant that not only defies the chill of frozen ground but also warms its surroundings with a gentle glow. Found in marshy wetlands and damp woodlands, skunk cabbage generates its own heat through a process called thermogenesis, which essentially allows it to melt the snow around it and create a microclimate favorable for pollinator visits. Flus, broad and often reaching an impressive span, appear slightly puckered and emit a distinctive, musky odor that gives the plant its common name. This smell, though potent, plays a role in attracting certain insects that contribute to its pollination, much like an unexpected perfume at a winter fair. As the early buds push through the snow, they remind us of nature's resilience and capacity to forge life in the face of adversity, almost like a campfire that staves off the harsh cold of a winter night. Botanists are fascinated by skunk cabbage not only for its heat-producing capability but also for its impact on the surrounding ecosystem, where its early emergence helps speed up decomposition and nutrient cycling in an otherwise frozen landscape. Observing its slow but steady progression toward bloom, one might compare its tenacity to a runner pacing through a snow-covered track, inching forward with each determined step. The plant's ability to raise its temperature significantly above the ambient level provides a welcoming beacon for early spring insects, which in turn support the natural cycle of reproduction and renewal. In every frond and curling leaf, skunk cabbage offers a lesson in adaptation and quiet determination, urging us to appreciate how life can thrive in the most unwelcoming conditions. Its presence in boggy, chilly habitats serves as a reminder that even in the bleak moments of winter, nature crafts moments of warmth and continuity, a subtle yet enduring testament to resilience that prepares the ground for the vibrant symphony of spring. Mimosa pudica, sensitive plant. A quirky twist of nature greets you when you notice a plant that swiftly retreats its leaves at the lightest touch, and the Mimosa pudica, or sensitive plant, captivates with its instant, almost shy reaction to human interaction. Native to tropical regions yet found around the globe as an introduced species, this fascinating flora responds to physical contact by folding its leaves inward, an action that appears to be a defensive maneuver against potential threats. Much like a shy friend who prefers to hide behind a curtain when surprised, the sensitive plant demonstrates an immediate response that perplexes and delights observers alike, prompting comparisons to living reflexes in the animal kingdom. Scientists believe this rapid movement may help deter herbivores or prevent damage from raindrops, providing a tactical advantage in a competitive environment where every moment counts. Gardeners sometimes marvel at this plant's behavior, watching as its delicate leaflets curl up like a hand clenching in response to touch, a spectacle that turns ordinary interaction into an educational encounter about plant physiology and sensitivity. Over time, the sensitive plant also reveals a rhythmic pattern of reopening its leaves once the perceived threat has passed, a gentle reminder that even the most reactive defenses eventually settle back into calm, much like a startled child who finds comfort after a sudden scare. Its intriguing movement has even inspired artistic representations and has become a popular subject in botanical studies, emphasizing both the mechanical and emotional aspects of nature's living organisms. In its unassuming way, Mimosa pudica encourages us to explore the hidden language of plants, inviting us to question how life adapts and communicates without nerves or brains, and proving that even in stillness, there can be a burst of unexpected activity. African lungfish. A remarkable spectacle unfolds in the quiet, sun-baked mud of African riverbeds where the African lungfish demonstrates an extraordinary adaptation to drought, a resilience that transforms harsh environmental challenges into opportunities for survival. In habitats where water can vanish in an instant, these lungfish have evolved the ability to estivate, retreating into a protective mucus cocoon that allows them to essentially pause their development until the rains return. Their bodies, both fish-like and lizard-like, gradually adapt as they begin to breathe air more efficiently, shifting from gills to lung-like structures, a process that might remind one of a long hibernation during an unusually dry winter. As the soil hardens and the streams recede, the lungfish buries itself in the mud, its metabolism slowing dramatically to conserve energy, much like a smartphone entering power-saving mode when the battery is low. Researchers are fascinated by this survival strategy because it not only provides insights into the history of terrestrial life but also highlights the incredible biochemical pathways that allow these animals to endure extended periods of dormancy, ready to spring back to life once the environment becomes hospitable again. The African lungfish's dormant state is an elegant solution to water scarcity, ensuring that even if a drought strikes, a living legacy will remain to repopulate the waterways when conditions improve. This adaptive cycle, repeated season after season, transforms the landscape into a dynamic stage where life both retreats and resurges, revealing the extraordinary interplay between climate and biology. Observing these lungfish emerge in a freshly replenished river is akin to witnessing nature's miracle of revival, where persistence and evolution combine to craft a living bridge between past and future ecological epochs, inviting us to marvel at the subtle genius of survival crafted over millennia. Hairy frog, horror frog. A startling demonstration of nature's resourcefulness captures the imagination when you encounter the hairy frog, often dubbed the horror frog, for its unusual ability to break its own bones to produce claws that pierce through its skin. Dwelling in the lush, humid forests of Central Africa, this extraordinary amphibian has developed a defense mechanism that is as bizarre as it is effective. When threatened, the hairy frog intentionally fractures its toe bones, which then protrude through the skin, forming makeshift claws that can be used to fend off predators. This self-inflicted skeletal armor acts like nature's version of emergency weaponry, a process that contrasts sharply with the typical perception of frogs as passive and delicate creatures. The hairy frog's unique adaptation raises intriguing questions about pain, regeneration, and resilience, echoing the idea of a self-sacrificing soldier who endures short-term discomfort to secure long-term survival. Biologists have studied this mechanism to understand the pathways of bone fracture and regrowth, discovering that these frogs possess the remarkable ability to heal quickly with minimal scarring, a trait that could have implications for regenerative medicine. While the sight of protruding claws may unsettle those unaccustomed to such defense tactics, the hairy frog's behavior underscores the raw creativity of evolution, where even the most seemingly self-destructive actions serve a critical purpose in the struggle for survival. This amphibian transforms an inherent vulnerability into a formidable tool by leveraging its body's regenerative capacities, challenging conventional ideas about weakness and strength in the animal kingdom. For locals and researchers alike, the hairy frog stands as a living paradox, a creature as fearsome as it is fascinating, reminding us that nature often writes its own rules when it comes to defense and survival, and that even the most unconventional traits can offer vital evolutionary advantages. Boomslang venom. An unexpected brush with danger in the wild introduces you to the enigmatic realm of the boomslang, a snake whose venom is as potent as it is stealthy, redefining the art of silent lethality with its rear-fanged mechanism. Roaming the woodlands and savannas of sub-Saharan Africa, the boomslang possesses a venomous bite that, though delivered in a seemingly unassuming fashion, is powerful enough to cause hemorrhaging in its prey, a biochemical strategy that transforms each encounter into a high-stakes game of survival. Unlike many snakes that rely on front-fang strikes, the boomslang's venom is channeled through its back teeth, a method that might appear less dramatic at first glance yet operates with remarkable effectiveness, like a carefully concealed weapon in a master of stealth. Researchers have become captivated by the composition of boomslang venom, which contains potent hemotoxins that disrupt blood clotting, a feature that not only serves as an efficient hunting tool but also provides insights into developing new anticoagulant drugs for medical use. In the animal's natural habitat, its camouflaged scales blend with the foliage, allowing it to lie in wait until an unsuspecting target draws near, at which point a swift, calculated bite delivers a toxin that initiates a gradual, devastating cascade in the victim's system. This method of subduing prey underscores the boomslang's role as an apex predator in its ecosystem, maintaining the delicate balance of nature through a combination of stealth, speed, and biochemical finesse. For those studying snake venom, the boomslang represents both a challenge and an opportunity to unlock novel therapeutic compounds, and its unassuming elegance in the wild serves as a reminder that danger often hides behind the most beautiful of exteriors. In every silent slither, the boomslang carries a message of nature's intricate design, where every adaptation, no matter how subtle, is finely honed for survival in an unforgiving landscape. Bacteria in radioactive environments, e.g., Deinococcus radiodurans. A glimpse into nature's underground fortresses reveals that life can flourish even in conditions that would obliterate most forms of existence. And Deinococcus radiodurans epitomizes this resilience by thriving in environments laden with intense radiation. Found in locations ranging from nuclear reactor cooling pools to the harsh landscapes of deserts bombarded by ultraviolet rays, these remarkable bacteria exhibit an unparalleled ability to repair their DNA after exposure to radiation levels that would shatter the genetic material of typical organisms, as if equipped with a microscopic repair crew that works tirelessly to reconstruct every broken strand. Their secret lies in an ingenious assortment of proteins and robust cellular mechanisms that not only detect damage but also orchestrate precise repairs, allowing these tiny powerhouses to continue their life processes with a remarkable degree of normalcy despite the harsh conditions. Researchers are captivated by D. radiodurans because its extraordinary repair system provides a living blueprint for overcoming cellular damage, inspiring fields as diverse as radioprotection in human medicine and the development of materials that mimic its self-healing properties. The ability of these bacteria to persist in highly radioactive settings underscores a broader lesson in adaptation, reminding us that life is often capable of finding a way to flourish in the most inhospitable corners of our planet. Their silent persistence challenges our understanding of the limits of biology, revealing that the boundaries between life and death are far more flexible than we might expect. In every resilient cell, Deinococcus radiodurans offers a testament to the power of evolutionary innovation, inspiring us to imagine new solutions to some of our most pressing challenges, while quietly thriving in an environment that seems as if it were designed to eradicate all life except the most resourceful. Would frogs freeze tolerance? A crisp winter morning in a woodland clearing unveils a marvel of natural adaptation as wood frogs demonstrate the seemingly impossible by surviving in a state of frozen suspension, turning the threat of ice into a masterclass in cellular preservation. Enduring the harsh climates of North America, these amphibians have evolved a strategy called freeze tolerance, where their bodies are able to endure temperatures that cause their blood and tissues to partially freeze without incurring fatal damage, much like an intricate natural process of deep sleep that halts life's ticking clock until warmer days return. In this biological feat, special compounds, essentially natural antifreeze, accumulate within their cells, preventing the formation of damaging ice crystals and preserving the integrity of vital organs. A process reminiscent of winterizing a car to ensure that every engine component remains intact during the cold months. Researchers view wood frogs as living laboratories because their ability to survive freezing has spurred studies in cryobiology and regenerative medicine, raising hopes that understanding these mechanisms might one day allow for improved organ preservation in medical contexts. As the forest lies under a blanket of frost, the wood frog's seasonal transformation offers a vivid reminder that even in the grasp of winter's chill, life finds ways to endure, hibernate, and eventually revive with a burst of renewed energy come spring. The resilience of these frogs is an inspiring testament to the marvels of evolutionary adaptation, encouraging us to reframe our perspective on the challenges of extreme climates. After all, the sight of a creature that can freeze, pause its functions, and then thaw to resume daily activities reaffirms nature's incredible capacity to reinvent itself. Each emergence from its icy state is not just a seasonal spectacle, but a living reminder of the interconnectedness of life, the relentless power of adaptation, and the quiet miracles that sustain our natural world against all odds. Wolverine strength. A rugged landscape painted with snow and rock serves as the backdrop for one of nature's most formidable survivors, and the wolverine roams these wild terrains with an astonishing blend of raw power and sheer determination that defies its relatively modest size. Known for their ferocity and strength beyond what one might expect from such small mammals, wolverines navigate harsh, frozen expanses with a relentless drive that turns every challenge into an opportunity to prove their mettle. Their muscular build, thick fur, and keen senses combine to create a predator that can tackle prey many times larger than itself, a feat that has earned them a reputation as the wolves in small bodies among wildlife enthusiasts and researchers alike. Observing a wolverine in its natural habitat is like watching a miniature powerhouse at work. Every movement, from their determined scuttle across snow to their forceful encounters with rivals, speaks of an evolutionary design perfected for survival in some of the planet's most brutal environments. Biologists study these creatures for insights into metabolic efficiency, and endurance, as well as their impressive ability to traverse vast territories with minimal resources. Their solitary lifestyle in the frozen wilderness, marked by territorial battles and scavenging prowess, reminds us that survival often demands not just brute strength but also cunning and adaptability, a combination that wolverines have mastered with apparent ease. Their determined spirit and unyielding resilience also resonate with us on a personal level, serving as a powerful metaphor for overcoming obstacles in the face of adversity. In every snarl and every exertion of strength, the wolverine stands as a testament to the hidden reservoirs of power that lie within, urging us to tap into our own inner tenacity when the world around us turns challenging. Bioluminescent mushrooms. A quiet trek through a dimly lit forest at dusk can reveal a natural light show that seems almost magical, and bioluminescent mushrooms transform the dark undergrowth into a gentle, glowing tapestry that enchants wanderers and scientists alike. These remarkable fungi produce light through a chemical reaction involving a molecule called luciferin, an enzyme known as luciferase, and oxygen, a process that creates a soft, ethereal glow reminiscent of fireflies dancing on a warm summer night. As these mushrooms dot the forest floor or cling to decaying logs, their luminescence provides both a functional advantage, such as attracting insects to aid in spore dispersal, and a mesmerizing visual display that seems to whisper secrets of the natural world. Walkers in the forest often report a sense of wonder, as the gentle light illuminates the intricate patterns of leaves and the silhouette of trees, transforming an ordinary woodland path into a scene from a fairy tale. Researchers study the bioluminescence of mushrooms not only to understand the ecological role of light in nutrient cycles and fungal communication, but also with an eye toward applications in medical imaging and sustainable lighting technologies, inspired by nature's efficient use of light-emitting chemicals. Each flicker of these glowing fungi is a testament to the transformative power of nature, showing that even in the quiet, shadowy corners of the forest, life can light up the darkness with elegance and mystery. The presence of bioluminescent mushrooms invites us to reflect on how nature uses even the simplest chemical processes to create beauty and functionality in perfect harmony, urging us to appreciate the subtle miracles that thrive just beyond the reach of ordinary light. Giant squid eyes. A deep-sea journey into a realm of near-total darkness unveils wonders that defy common sense, and giant squid eyes emerge as one of the ocean's most astonishing adaptations to the abyss, measuring as large as dinner plates and designed to capture even the faintest glimmers in a world bereft of light. In the extreme depths where these colossal cephalopods dwell, every sliver of light is precious, and their oversized eyes function like natural periscopes, meticulously collecting the scarce photons that traverse the inky water, much like high-powered cameras set to the lowest light settings. This adaptation enables them to detect the silhouettes of potential prey or lurking predators against a backdrop of darkness, ensuring that their survival is governed by precision and finesse. Marine biologists are captivated by the giant squid's ocular architecture, which not only reveals the intricate details of deep-sea life but also provides critical clues about how evolution crafts specialized organs to overcome environmental challenges, a phenomenon that has implications for our understanding of sensory biology and optical technology. Observing the sheer scale and complexity of these eyes, one can't help but marvel at how nature, through a process of gradual refinement over millions of years, has fashioned an instrument capable of piercing the veil of darkness, inviting us to ponder the delicate balance between light and shadow in the deep ocean. Each giant squid eye, with its layered structure and adaptive brilliance, stands as a beacon of evolutionary ingenuity, quietly commanding the stage in an undersea drama where every glimmer of light writes a new chapter of survival and mystery. This profound adaptation not only redefines what is possible in biological design but also encourages us to appreciate the hidden masterpieces that thrive in the most challenging corners of our world. Giant Gippsland earthworm. An unexpected journey beneath the soil reveals that not all giants tower above the treetops. In fact, some thrive hidden in the earth, and the giant Gippsland earthworm is a remarkable example of subterranean wonder. Living deep underground in the regions of southeastern Australia, these earthworms can reach lengths of over 3 meters, turning the notion of small creature on its head. With a body designed to burrow through compacted soil and navigate intricate underground tunnels, the giant Gippsland earthworm plays a vital role in aerating the land and recycling nutrients, much like nature's own plowshare that gently tilts the earth to bring hidden minerals to the surface. Their elongated form, though seemingly delicate, is remarkably resilient, thriving in temperate climates and adapting to a life beneath our feet where every inch of movement makes a significant impact on soil health. Researchers have marveled at their capacity to maneuver through dense substrates, drawing comparisons to engineering marvels that shape the very foundation of ecosystems. The earthworm's slow, deliberate progress underground stands as a quiet testament to nature's ability to work steadily and silently, transforming the landscape bit by bit. Gardeners and farmers appreciate this natural ally as its burrowing not only increases water penetration but also encourages the proliferation of beneficial microbes, resulting in richer, more vibrant soil. Observing the giant Gippsland earthworm in action is akin to watching a hidden force breathe life into the land, reminding us that even the unseen processes below can have monumental effects on the world above. This creature's life is an invitation to consider the intricate balance beneath our feet, where vast networks of tunnels foster a thriving underground community that sustains the surface environment in ways we are just beginning to understand. Maud Island frogs. A glimpse into the secretive world of amphibians reveals that nature conceals extraordinary diversity in the most unassuming forms, and Maud Island frogs encapsulate this notion with their unique life cycle and subtle behaviors. Native to the remote habitats of New Zealand, these frogs distinguish themselves by entirely skipping the traditional tadpole stage. Instead, their eggs develop directly into miniature adults, a process known as direct development that streamlines growth and reduces vulnerability in unpredictable freshwater environments. In their damp, mossy surroundings, Maud Island frogs inhabit a niche where every drop of water is precious and every moment counts, thriving in a delicate balance that bridges terrestrial and aquatic realms. Their smooth, moist skin and quiet, unhurried movements evoke a sense of calm resilience, much like a whispered secret passed along the forest floor. Biologists have been captivated by these frogs not only for this unusual reproductive method but also for the potential insights it offers into how life can adapt to limited resources and fluctuating climates. Their ability to bypass the aquatic larval stage helps them avoid the many predators that target vulnerable tadpoles, ensuring that more offspring reach adulthood, a survival strategy that underscores the inventive spirit of evolution. Observing a Maud Island frog in its natural habitat, one is reminded of the subtle, continuous process of life unfolding in hidden corners of the world, where every adaptation serves as both a safeguard and a refinement of nature's design, inviting a deeper appreciation of the nuances that enrich our understanding of biodiversity. Nurse sharks. A friendly encounter in the tranquil shallows of coral reefs offers an intimate look at the world of nurse sharks, creatures renowned for their docile demeanor and distinctive resting habits that defy typical shark stereotypes. These gentle giants, often found lounging on sandy or rocky ocean floors, use a method known as buccal pumping to breathe, a calm, rhythmic action that contrasts sharply with the intense image many associate with sharks. With their rounded snouts and soft eyes, nurse sharks exude an air of quiet contentment as they patrol their underwater neighborhoods, searching for prey among the crevices and soft sediments without the need for a constant chase. Their behavior has intrigued marine biologists who note that their low-energy lifestyle, combined with effective ambush tactics, ensures their survival in nutrient-rich reef environments where they play an essential role in maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems. Often, divers are struck by the gentle, unhurried pace with which these sharks glide along the ocean floor, lending an almost meditative quality to their movements that contrasts dramatically with the speed and agility of their more predatory relatives. In a way, the nurse shark's existence reminds us that strength does not always equate to ferocity, and that sometimes a calm, measured approach is the most effective means of thriving in nature's grand tapestry. Their presence contributes to a sense of wonder about how evolution can shape a creature to embody both grace and functionality, making them a beloved subject of study and admiration among those who explore the vibrant underwater landscapes. Immune system of sharks and rays. A deep dive into the mysteries of marine biology unveils that behind the sleek, formidable exteriors of sharks and rays lies an immune system as refined as it is robust, demonstrating a natural resilience that has intrigued scientists for decades. These cartilaginous fish navigate the ocean with an innate immunity that defies the odds, often harboring an arsenal of defensive mechanisms that keep them healthy despite being exposed to a myriad of pathogens in complex marine environments. Their immune responses, honed over millions of years of evolution, enable them to detect, neutralize, and even recall foreign invaders in ways that often surpass the capabilities of many other vertebrates. Researchers, fascinated by this potent blend of cellular defenses and biochemical pathways, compare these adaptations to a well-coordinated security system that patrols every corner of the animal's body, ensuring both rapid response and long-term protection against a multitude of threats. As sharks and rays glide effortlessly through their watery domain, their immune systems quietly work in the background, continuously safeguarding them with a remarkable efficiency that researchers hope to emulate in developing new treatments for human diseases, including cancer and infectious conditions. The study of their immune resilience has sparked a wave of interest in biomimicry, where scientists aim to unlock the secrets of these natural defenders and translate them into practical, life-saving innovations in medicine and biotechnology. This fascinating interplay of marine survival strategies offers a window into the evolutionary arms race between predators and pathogens, highlighting the intricate balance that sustains life beneath the waves, and providing hope that lessons learned from these ancient creatures may one day lead to breakthroughs that enhance our own abilities to fight disease. Blood-squirting lizards. A startling display of animal ingenuity emerges from the rugged terrains of arid landscapes when blood-squirting lizards reveal a defense mechanism that is as counterintuitive as it is effective, transforming a moment of vulnerability into a dramatic spectacle of survival. In the harsh, sun-baked environments where these lizards reside, a threat can trigger an immediate and bizarre reaction. The lizard ejects a stream of blood from its eyes, a defensive tactic that distracts or startles predators long enough for it to make a swift escape. This remarkable phenomenon, which might initially appear grotesque, serves a critical function by creating a sudden, unexpected distraction in the midst of a predator's attack, akin to a magician revealing a shocking flourish that leaves the audience momentarily spellbound. Researchers studying this behavior have delved into the intricate physiology behind it, uncovering that specialized vascular structures and muscles enable these reptiles to accumulate and forcefully expel blood with surprising precision. The expelled blood, though limited in quantity, is enough to disorient predators and buy precious seconds for the lizard's escape, underscoring the evolutionary ingenuity that transforms a potentially deadly situation into a moment of tactical advantage. In a broader context, the blood-squirting lizard exemplifies how nature can repurpose internal resources in innovative ways to ensure survival even under dire circumstances, prompting scientists and naturalists alike to reconsider conventional notions of defense and self-sacrifice in the wild. This singular adaptation not only highlights the extraordinary diversity of life strategies but also invites us to marvel at the myriad ways in which evolution crafts solutions that, on the surface, seem almost unbelievable, yet are perfectly attuned to the demands of their environment. Animals with magnetic teeth, chitons. A hidden marvel in the realm of mollusks unfolds beneath the waves when animals with magnetic teeth, such as chitons, challenge our understanding of nature's secret design tricks by incorporating tiny magnets into their feeding tools. Residing in intertidal zones and rocky shores, chitons possess radular teeth that are reinforced with magnetite, a naturally occurring mineral that not only endows these structures with remarkable hardness but also makes them among the toughest biological materials known. This unique adaptation allows chitons to scrape algae and other food off hard surfaces with the durability of a reinforced file, a process that resembles using a finely tuned mechanical tool specifically engineered by nature. Marine biologists have been fascinated by the way magnetite is precisely deposited in these teeth, a phenomenon that raises intriguing questions about genetic regulation and cellular mineralization, offering insights that might one day inspire advanced, bio-inspired materials in engineering and manufacturing. As chitons navigate the tide pools with their armored underbellies, they exemplify how evolution can integrate inorganic materials into biological frameworks, enhancing both functionality and longevity in a competitive, ever-changing environment. Their resilient feeding apparatus serves as a quiet reminder that nature often finds ingenious ways to overcome physical limitations, crafting solutions that are as elegant as they are effective. In every scrape along a sunlit rock, the chiton's magnetic teeth underscore a broader lesson about the interplay between biology and geology, inviting us to explore the natural world with a fresh perspective on how even the smallest adaptations can have far-reaching impacts on survival and innovation. Upside-down jellyfish, Cassiopeia. An offbeat spectacle in shallow, sunlit waters introduces the upside-down jellyfish, a mesmerizing cephalopod that defies conventional behavior by resting on the seabed with its bell facing upward, revealing a life of quiet harmony and partnership with symbiotic algae. In calm coastal bays and mangrove forests, these unassuming creatures orient themselves in an unconventional posture that maximizes light exposure for the algae living within their translucent tissues, a relationship that functions much like a natural solar panel, harnessing sunlight to fuel essential energy production. This reversed orientation not only facilitates a slow, steady mode of life but also creates an enchanting underwater scene reminiscent of a living mosaic, where the gentle sway of jellyfish contrasts with the shifting patterns of light on the sand. Researchers appreciate Cassiopeia for its dual role as both a host and beneficiary in this symbiotic dance, where the algae provide nutrients through photosynthesis while the jellyfish offer a stable habitat free from the turbulence often encountered by their pelagic cousins. As these jellyfish rest with a serene grace upon the ocean floor, their behavior invites casual observers and scientists alike to ponder the intricacies of mutualistic relationships in marine ecosystems, drawing parallels with everyday technologies that convert sunlight into energy. The study of upside-down jellyfish not only enhances our understanding of coral reef dynamics and shallow water habitats, but also inspires innovations in sustainable energy systems, echoing nature's own inventive strategies for survival and efficiency. In every calm pulse of their gelatinous bodies, Cassiopeia serves as a living reminder that not all is as it seems beneath the waves, and that sometimes, a simple twist in orientation can reveal profound insights into the balance of life. Flightless parrot, kakapo. A rare glimpse into the unique world of New Zealand's native birds introduces the flightless parrot, or kakapo, an endearing and critically endangered species whose quirky habits challenge our expectations of what it means to be a parrot. Endowed with a robust, owl-like appearance and a gentle, terrestrial lifestyle, the kakapo roams the forest floor and open grasslands with a waddling gait that contrasts sharply with the swift, aerial acrobatics of its airborne relatives. Its evolution toward flightlessness, a trait that has allowed it to adapt to an environment with few natural predators, underscores a quiet resilience that is both heartbreaking and inspiring, as the kakapo's survival now hangs in the balance due to human-induced challenges such as habitat destruction and introduced species. Conservationists and scientists work tirelessly to safeguard this charismatic parrot, employing advanced breeding programs and dedicated habitat restoration efforts, much like a community rallying to preserve its most treasured traditions in the face of modern challenges. The kakapo's nocturnal habits, booming mating calls, and solitary lifestyle invite us to appreciate a side of parrot behavior that rarely makes headlines, while their expressive faces and distinctive personalities add a layer of charm to their enigmatic existence. Every interaction with a kakapo, whether in a managed reserve or through the stories of native custodians, serves as a reminder that sometimes the most endearing creatures are those that have charted their own path in defiance of convention, offering lessons in adaptability, humility, and the enduring need for compassion in conservation efforts. The plight of the flightless parrot continues to inspire global efforts to protect endangered species, ensuring that future generations will have the opportunity to witness this remarkable bird's gentle spirit. Stromatolites. A journey back in time emerges in the form of stromatolites, living sedimentary structures that stand as some of Earth's oldest fossils, forging an ancient legacy that connects modern life with the earliest chapters of our planet's history. Found in shallow, sunlit waters where cyanobacteria have laid down thick, layered mats over billions of years, stromatolites resemble natural rock sculptures, slowly building up their intricate forms as layers of microbial life accumulate and cement together over time. Their appearance, like a timeless tapestry woven by microscopic organisms, hints at the primordial processes that oxygenated the Earth's atmosphere and paved the way for the evolution of complex life, serving as a living chronicle of environmental change and biological resilience. Modern stromatolites, though few in number, provide scientists with a unique window into the past, offering clues about early metabolic pathways, the interplay of water and rock, and the adaptive strategies that allowed life to emerge under extreme conditions. Walking along a shoreline where stromatolites are present can evoke a profound sense of awe, as one contemplates the gradual but persistent march of life over eons, a reminder that the simplest forms of life can leave indelible marks on the face of the earth. Researchers continue to study these resilient formations, hoping to unravel further secrets of early biosignatures that could one day inform the search for life on other planets, extending the legacy of these ancient biostructures into the realms of astrobiology. In every layer and fossilized ridge, stromatolites invite us to slow down and consider the long, slow dance of evolution, offering a humbling perspective on the grandeur of life and the delicate balance of ecosystems that have persisted through deep time. Leaf sheep nudibranch, Costiciella kurashimi. An enchanting sight in tropical tide pools introduces the leaf sheep nudibranch, a small sea slug that charms with its resemblance to a whimsical, animated sheep frolicking along the ocean floor, embodying nature's playful spirit and creative flair in one tiny, vibrant package. Found in warm, shallow waters where sunlight filters through gently swaying seagrass beds, these delightful nudibranch have evolved a striking appearance with soft, velvety textures and delicate patterns that recall the fuzzy coat of a friendly sheep, a design that serves not only as camouflage among the floating algae but also as a subtle signal of their unique identity in an underwater world brimming with color. This miniature marvel employs a strategy known as kleptoplasty, in which it seizes chloroplasts from the algae it consumes, integrating them into its own tissues to harness energy from sunlight much like a living, mobile solar panel, thereby blurring the lines between animal and plant functions in a way that fascinates marine biologists and natural enthusiasts alike. Observing a leaf sheep nudibranch in its natural habitat is like witnessing a delightful secret of the sea, a scene where art and function converge in perfect harmony, and where even the smallest creatures perform feats of adaptation that defy ordinary expectations. Researchers study these nudibranch for insights into symbiotic relationships and the potential applications of their unique photosynthetic abilities, hoping that such discoveries might one day inspire innovative energy solutions or contribute to our understanding of evolutionary creativity. The leaf sheep nudibranch stands as a playful yet profound reminder that life, in all its forms, is an unending exploration of beauty, utility, and endless possibility, inviting us to look deeper into the natural world with wonder and appreciation. Bar-headed goose migration. A brisk morning on a high mountain pass can evoke awe when you witness the formidable endurance of bar-headed geese, remarkable migrators that soar over some of the world's tallest peaks with an ease that defies logic. These geese, renowned for their ability to fly over the Himalayas at altitudes where oxygen is scarce and temperatures plunge, exhibit a suite of physiological adaptations that allow their bodies to extract maximum oxygen and regulate temperature in environments that would overwhelm most birds. Their specialized hemoglobin has a higher affinity for oxygen, and their breathing and circulation are fine-tuned to overcome the thin mountain air, enabling them to navigate harsh winds and near-vacuum conditions as if traversing a familiar landscape. When thousands of these geese take to the sky in synchrony, it resembles a breathtaking aerial ballet choreographed by nature itself, a spectacle reminiscent of a well-rehearsed sports team executing a flawless play under extreme conditions. Researchers study their migratory patterns not only to understand the limits of endurance but also to glean insights into potential applications for human high-altitude physiology and aeronautical engineering. Local communities along migration routes often speak of these birds with reverence, regarding them as messengers of resilience and determination. Their journey, spanning thousands of kilometers, is punctuated by the challenges of changing weather, navigational hurdles, and the constant threat of predators. Yet the bar-headed goose persists, turning each flight into a living lesson on adaptation and survival. Observers marvel at how these birds adjust their wing beats and body posture to conserve energy during long, grueling journeys, inspiring us to reflect on the power of collaboration, determination, and the finely honed processes that evolution has sculpted over millennia. In every powerful beat of their wings, The bar-headed geese remind us that courage and persistence in the face of adversity are not just human virtues, but universal traits exhibited by life in its most daring forms. Dragonfly's flight mastery. A glimpse of a dragonfly darting over a shimmering pond captures the imagination as you realize this insect's aerial acrobatics are nothing short of miraculous, demonstrating flight mastery that rivals some of the finest engineered machines. In warm, sunlit wetlands, these agile creatures possess wings that beat at incredible speeds, allowing them to change direction in the blink of an eye with unparalleled precision. Dragonflies rely on a combination of instinct and advanced flight mechanics to hover, accelerate, and even fly backwards, all while maintaining a stable body posture that seems to defy gravity. Their compound eyes deliver an almost panoramic view of the world, enabling split-second reactions to predators or prey. Observers might compare their movements to the graceful maneuvers of a skilled pilot navigating through turbulent skies. Researchers have marveled at the aerodynamic properties of dragonfly wings, which create mini-vortices that boost lift and efficiency, prompting scientists to model these dynamics for innovations in drone design and micro-air vehicles. Local naturalists often recount watching dragonflies zipping across water surfaces, their iridescent wings catching the light like scattered fragments of a prism. Each flight path is a testament to nature's ingenuity, where every pivot and turn embodies millions of years of evolution that hone these insects into near-perfect aerial machines. The dragonfly's prowess is not only a survival tool for evading predators and capturing nimble insects, but also a vibrant spectacle that underscores the delicate interplay between biology and physics. As you watch these aerial maestros execute flawless maneuvers with ease, you are reminded that nature's designs often blend beauty and functionality in ways that challenge our conventional understanding of flight. Their dance above the water serves as an invitation to appreciate the intricate, yet unfathomably efficient, systems that enable life to soar to extraordinary heights. Cuckoo brood parasitism. A surprising revelation in the avian world unfolds when you learn how the cuckoo turns the art of parenting on its head through brood parasitism, a strategy that redefines family dynamics in the wild. Instead of building its own nest, the cuckoo lays its eggs in the nests of unsuspecting host birds, effectively outsourcing the arduous task of rearing its young. This cunning tactic ensures that while the host invests time, energy, and resources into caring for the offspring, the cuckoo itself remains free to focus on finding more nests, thereby maximizing its reproductive success with minimal effort. The young cuckoo, once hatched, often pushes the host's eggs or nestlings aside, asserting its priority in the nest and ensuring that it receives all available care, much like a sneaky understudy stepping into the spotlight. Researchers study this behavior not only for its remarkable evolutionary implications but also for the fascinating interplay between deception and survival. The host species, caught in a delicate balance of nurturing and vulnerability, may evolve counterstrategies like egg mimicry, where they learn to distinguish between their own eggs and the interlopers, showcasing an evolutionary arms race that highlights nature's relentless innovation. Birdwatchers and naturalists often find the intricacies of cuckoo brood parasitism both bewildering and captivating, as it challenges traditional notions of parental care by blurring the lines between selfishness and altruism in animal behavior. In rural and woodland areas where these interactions occur, the symphony of nature includes both the gentle cooing of host parents and the stealthy maneuvers of the cuckoo, each playing their part in a complex ecological drama. Through this unconventional method of reproduction, the cuckoo not only ensures its survival but also provides a living example of how species can adapt their strategies in unexpected ways, turning what might seem like a disadvantage into a highly efficient means of propagation. The phenomenon invites us to reconsider the very definition of family and nurture in the natural world, where survival often depends on bending the rules in ingenious and unexpected ways. African elephant communication. A stroll through the savanna reveals that the rustling of tall grasses hides a symphony of hidden signals, and African elephants communicate using a blend of rumbling sounds, seismic vibrations, and subtle gestures that extend far beyond the audible range of human ears. These majestic creatures, known for their intelligence and emotional depth, maintain social bonds that span decades through infrasound, low-frequency sounds that travel great distances, allowing herds to remain in contact even when separated by vast expanses of open land. Their communicative repertoire is as complex as any human language, encompassing soft murmurs, thunderous roars, and even the gentle patter of feet on the ground, which transmits information through the earth much like subtle messages passed along in nature's underground telephone line. Researchers have discovered that these low-frequency calls can travel several kilometers, a vital adaptation in the expansive, open environments of the African plains where visual contact is often obscured by the landscape. Each rumble and subtle shift in posture conveys rich information about social status, reproductive readiness, and even potential threats, weaving together a complex tapestry of social dynamics that supports the survival of the herd. Local communities and wildlife enthusiasts have long revered elephants for their apparent empathy and deep, communicative connections, which are evidenced in their coordinated movements during migrations, protective behaviors towards young ones, and the mournful sounds that accompany the loss of a family member. Modern scientific studies continue to unravel the secrets of elephant communication, revealing that these signals play an essential role in maintaining the delicate balance of their ecosystem by coordinating movements and alerting herd members to danger, such as approaching predators or human encroachment. In every gentle rumble transmitted beneath the dusty surface of the savanna, African elephants remind us that communication, in all its varied forms, is a powerful force for connection, survival, and the shared experience of living in a vast, interwoven natural world. Bony-eared assfish. A mysterious creature emerging from the shadowy depths challenges our assumptions about intelligence and sensory perception, as the bony-eared assfish intrigues scientists with its minuscule brain-to-body ratio and unusual cranial features. Dwelling in the abyssal depths of the ocean, where light barely penetrates and pressure reaches crushing levels, this fish seemingly contradicts the typical association between brain size and sensory acuity. Despite its relatively small brain, the bony-eared assfish has developed specialized structures that allow it to navigate and forage in a world defined by darkness and isolation. Its bony, reinforced skull and delicate auditory structures suggest that it relies on a combination of streamlined physical form and refined sensory inputs to detect vibrations and subtle movements in the murky waters, somewhat analogous to a finely tuned radar system that compensates for limited visual cues. Researchers hypothesize that the assfish's tiny brain may be offset by highly efficient neural circuits that have evolved to handle the specific demands of its extreme environment. The creature's features, while appearing rudimentary compared to more elaborate marine animals, highlight an evolutionary trade-off where energy conservation and streamlined function take precedence over sheer neural complexity. Observations of the bony-eared assfish reveal that even in the twilight zone of the deep sea, life can adapt in the most unexpected ways, prioritizing survival through specialized adaptations that might not conform to our conventional expectations of intelligence. As scientists continue to study these elusive inhabitants of the deep, the bony-eared assfish offers a profound reminder that evolution often favors efficiency and niche specialization over the grand scale of brain development, urging us to reconsider the myriad forms that successful adaptation can take in the vast and mysterious oceanic realms. Honeybee democracy. A buzzing chorus from a sunlit meadow unveils a sophisticated system of collective decision-making that transforms a swarm of honeybees into a living embodiment of democracy, where each tiny insect plays a role in determining the future of the colony. When it's time to choose a new nesting site, scout bees embark on exploratory flights, returning to the hive with detailed reports of potential homes. Much like citizens presenting proposals during a community meeting, these scout bees then perform an intricate waggle dance to communicate the distance, direction, and quality of their discoveries, a mesmerizing display that combines elements of choreography and precise signaling. The intensity and duration of the dance serve as a measure of each site's suitability, allowing other bees to weigh the options and gradually build consensus through repeated rounds of vigorous discussion, an organic process that mirrors the deliberative nature of human democracy. Researchers have marveled at this collective intelligence, noting that the decision-making process is not dictated by a single leader but emerges from the combined efforts and interactions of thousands of individuals, each contributing a small yet vital piece of information that ensures the colony settles on the best available option. This form of natural democracy is celebrated not only for its effectiveness in locating optimal habitats but also as a model for distributed problem-solving and consensus building in complex systems. The honeybee's ability to coordinate and communicate so seamlessly is a testament to the power of teamwork, where the sum of individual efforts results in decisions that far exceed the capabilities of any single member, inspiring innovations in robotics, computer science, and organizational theory. As you watch a honeybee hive in full swing, the harmonious integration of movement and decision-making offers a gentle reminder that democracy, in whatever form it takes, relies on shared knowledge, and the belief that even the smallest voices can contribute to a resounding chorus of collective wisdom. Wing interference patterns in butterflies. A flutter of vibrant wings in a sunlit garden reveals that even the smallest details can hide extraordinary optical wonders, and butterflies exhibit a fascinating phenomenon known as wing interference patterns, a natural display of iridescence that transforms their wings into living canvases of shifting colors and light. As these delicate insects flit from flower to flower, the microscopic scale and geometric arrangement of the wing scales interact with light to produce subtle, shimmering hues that change depending on the viewing angle, much like a stained glass window that alters its appearance with every shift in sunlight. This dynamic interplay of light and structure not only captivates passersby with its fleeting beauty but also serves important functions in thermoregulation, mate selection, and camouflage, making it a multifaceted marvel of evolutionary design. Entomologists are drawn to the study of these interference patterns because they offer clues about the underlying nanostructures of the wings and the genetic blueprints that have enabled such exquisite optical effects, often inspiring innovative approaches in materials science and optics. Observers are often charmed by the way a butterfly's wing seems to pulse with iridescent brilliance, evoking images of soft, flickering lanterns that whisper secrets of nature's hidden artistry. Each minute detail in the wing structure acts as a tiny prism, bending and scattering light in complex ways that create a kaleidoscope of colors, an effect that is both delightful and scientifically significant. In watching these graceful creatures dance through the air, you are invited to appreciate not only their ephemeral beauty but also the intricate interplay between biology and physics that brings these brilliant displays to life, urging us to marvel at the subtle, ever-changing art that nature paints on the wings of butterflies. Parasitic plants, Rafflesia. An astonishing display of botanical intrigue unfolds in dense tropical forests when parasitic plants like Rafflesia reveal a hidden world of interdependence and deception that challenges conventional ideas of plant life, as these remarkable organisms lack traditional features like leaves, stems, and roots and instead live entirely off their host vines. Rafflesia, renowned for producing the world's largest individual flower, exudes an aura of mystery with its colossal, sometimes over a meter-wide bloom and its pungent odor reminiscent of rotting flesh. A scent evolved to attract carrion insects that aid in pollination, much like a morbid perfume designed to lure unsuspecting visitors. This parasitic strategy, where the flower siphons nutrients from its host without contributing any visible energy in return, unveils an evolutionary pathway that defies the typical definitions of independence and self-sufficiency in plants. Botanists find the Rafflesia both fascinating and perplexing because it blurs the lines between parasitism and mutualism, showcasing a survival tactic that is as risky as it is ingenious. In the dim, humid understory of rainforests, where sunlight is scarce and competition fierce, the emergence of a Rafflesia flower is a rare and dramatic event that captivates locals, scientists, and ecotourists alike. It stands as a silent testament to the extreme adaptations that life can embrace, redefining beauty, dependency, and survival under the weight of evolutionary pressures. As you wander through these lush environments, the fleeting appearance of Rafflesia's magnificent bloom invites you to consider the complex web of relationships that sustain life, offering insights into how even the most unusual and seemingly counterintuitive strategies can carve out a niche in nature's grand design. Vampire squid. A mysterious dweller of the deep ocean captures our imagination with an appearance that defies easy categorization, and the vampire squid, far from being a fearsome predator, is a gentle but enigmatic creature adapted to the eternal night of the deep sea. In the lightless zones hundreds of meters below the surface, where pressure is immense and food is scarce, the vampire squid has evolved a unique survival strategy that blends camouflage, bioluminescence, and delicate appendages to navigate an environment where every advantage counts. The body, soft and flexible, can invert itself in moments of danger, revealing spiny projections that serve as a last resort defense, akin to a secret compartment that holds unexpected tools for escape. This cephalopod's large, luminous eyes, remarkably adapted to capture even the faintest glimmers of bioluminescence, allow it to detect prey and predators in the murky depths, while its feeding habits center on detritus and organic particles, providing a steady, albeit modest, source of nutrients in a seemingly barren world. Marine biologists are fascinated by the vampire squid not only because of its striking appearance but also due to its complex behaviors, including the emission of ghostly light patterns that may serve as communication or camouflage, a natural interplay of light and darkness that is as poetic as it is practical. Observing this creature in its deep-sea habitat is akin to witnessing a gentle ballet performed in the inky black, where every motion carries the weight of millions of years of evolutionary adaptation. The vampire squid invites us to reconsider our perceptions of danger and beauty, reminding us that the ocean's depths hold creatures of subtle grace and quiet resilience, whose survival strategies are marvels of natural engineering tailored to life in one of Earth's most extreme frontiers. Sea urchin regeneration. An unassuming spiny creature on the ocean floor reveals a secret of renewal that challenges our ideas about vulnerability and damage. And sea urchins stand as quiet champions of regeneration in the wild. Found scattered across rocky seabeds in diverse marine environments, these echinoderms possess the remarkable ability to regrow lost spines, and in some cases even parts of their internal organs, after injury. A process that speaks to nature's inherent capacity for repair and renewal. When a sea urchin loses a spine to a predator's attack or the wear of everyday life, it can summon a cascade of cellular activity that reconstructs the damaged parts over time, much like a self-repairing system that mends a torn piece of fabric without human intervention. This ability to regenerate is not only a crucial survival trait but also a subject of intense research, as scientists study the mechanisms behind such rapid cellular regrowth in hopes of applying these insights to regenerative medicine and tissue engineering. The process involves a sophisticated interplay of stem cells, growth factors, and extracellular matrices that orchestrate the rebuilding of skeletal and soft tissues, ensuring that each sea urchin can continue its life cycle despite recurring encounters with danger. Divers and marine biologists are often struck by the resilience of these creatures, viewing them as living symbols of hope and continuity in environments where damage is inevitable. The sea urchin's regeneration serves as a powerful reminder that nature, in its quiet determination to persist, often equips even the most seemingly fragile organisms with the tools to overcome adversity, inspiring both scientific inquiry and a broader philosophical reflection on healing and recovery. Through each new spine that unfurls on its rounded body, the sea urchin tells a story of relentless adaptation, one that continues to enrich our understanding of biology and the remarkable resilience embedded in the fabric of life.